So we're just going to do the intro here. In a world quite unlike our own, where the creatures of the land can bend the senses to their will, we all know this at this point, a book once came into existence. And let me just increase the size because I'm half blind and can barely see what I'm reading. This book, though the legends go, could tell people what they needed to know and guide them where they needed to go. Dawn has begun to rise on the quaint mountain town of Eredet. First rays of sun are hitting the cobblestones of the streets as the pink glow of the morning light shines from the buildings, sunlight ricocheting from the windows and walls. The sounds of the market stalls being set up and shops prepping for the day ahead can be heard all around us. The hushed conversations of townfolk bring our awareness to the here and the now as we gather by the local well to meet our newest traveling companions, ready for a day that will change the lives of everyone on the continent forever. Forever. No, I need like
dun, dun, dun.
Changing time finally made up my mind. I raise my hand from beneath the shifting sand and embrace the winds of change. Suddenly, everything is up to me. Pages turn, flashing full of memories. I can see it all too clear. The time has come to face my fear. And there's a fire burning in my heart to shine when all is torn apart. And I will make it through this desert storm, safe and warm. My shield is strong. I'll take my chances here now. Bring on the fight. I'll find a way to win somehow. No tomorrows, no regrets. I'll risk it all for this brand new day.
Some of these folks have met each other in previous episodes. Lottie helped me discover some information about the book by talking to a turtle. That was the thing that happened. We discovered something about the word dominion, which was something that this old man in Skara, Brae used to talk about before the town was completely obliterated. Then Nim and Lottie, again, we decided to head to the town and check out the destroyed town and see what was going on. And it turns out that it was surrounded by Keisha, which cat people basically, which is Lottie's race. And we basically could not get in. We were also attacked by wild hunters along the way. So something is in there that clearly has someone interested, and it probably has something to relate to the book. Also, Teshi and Cinny, Cinny in her endless desire to own everything shiny that has ever existed, we decided to go to Log Fiesta. It's an old abandoned, it was the mine that blew up back when the town was destroyed, and we discovered a tomb in there that was basically there was a dead dragon inside the cave, and we found a page of the quest log was stuck inside there, and Teshi in her moment of genius decided to just use the dragon tooth on the book because, you know, why not? It's like
Durable, okay.
I thought I was being subtle about that, but you're like, there's a book and a page, and actually, Cindy, they both had this idea, and it basically opened up this rift which allowed us to see something that occurred in the past. And there was an old king there that had the crown on his head that Cindy promptly yoinked for herself. How many is that now? 50? 100? And we don't know what specifically this image was, but we headed back, and now I've decided we need to get everyone together because we've got a bunch of ideas of like what could be going on and where could we go, but we can't get into the town, unfortunately, because it's surrounded by a militia, an entire army of people, a good 100 people, and obviously that's more than we can handle, even as a group, because we're not Sora from Kingdom Hearts. Can't just.
We have a cogent plot.
Even Sora had a group of past Keyblade wielders help him.
Yeah, Donald and Goofy. Donald and Goofy. The greatest warriors in the universe.
Name a more iconic duo than Donald Duck and Disappointment. Oh, wait.
Facts.
You joke because it's true. If anyone in the chat which needs any information on any lore, just let us know and we'll try to fill you in as we go along. But for now, I feel like some of you have not met each other yet, and I feel like it would be important that we take a moment to introduce yourselves and let everybody know what makes us so special. I will let Lottie go first.
Well, hi, I'm Lottie. I don't think there's much special, but I can talk to animals. I think it's probably my most special trait.
Like, there's nothing special. I can just speak to half of existence. Like
I can speak to every animal that you can't speak to.
Yeah, which is like 500 times the population of like humanity on this planet. So I think that's kind of cool. Unless it's a turtle, those bastards are rude and sassy.
He was lovely. I don't know what your problem was with our turtle.
He was so freaking rude.
Were you just not thoroughly enough for the Turtle Club?
Yeah, he's the surly turtle. That's thoughtful. Cindy.
What makes me special? Or
Tell us a little about yourself.
Well, I am Seneca von Kristalberg, but you guys can call me Cindy, I suppose. And, just an empress of a small nation, as you be. Pretty regular traveling companion, I would imagine. And, I can do all kinds of things with crystals.
Yeah. And she can, what can you do? Do you want to give us a demonstration?
I'm not going to crack a crystal open just for a demonstration. Do you know how much these are?
Yeah, because you would actually use up a fucking crystal, and that shit's expensive. Have you seen the prices on those things? They're like...
Let's not waste them.
Speaking of prices, if you need... I advise everyone to open this. That will be the shop list.
The shop prices,
that will be the shop list going forward. Yeah. That's probably be... Sydney and Teshi and me, in fairness, never bought anything last episode, so we ended up going into like a cave without any torches or a rope.
We bought some things, we just didn't buy what we should have.
This is why I'm laughing at the fact that Nim thinks he's going to be able to protect us. I'm like, you do not know what you've gotten yourself into. Like,
I mean,
you don't get this, Nim. I am chaotic good. I don't really think first. I just go with whatever I think is an idea that I like.
Chaotic neutral. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
I'll try not to get anyone killed, but I can't make promises.
Oh wow, we're very much the same in that aspect. Do first, think later.
So basically, Nim, you have to look after a bunch of chaotic people, which I am so scared about how this is
But
going.
there's also Ken and
Wait.
Kevin. They may help you. Though, I mean, I think Ken is a little annoyed.
How
we
is
got Kevin hurt last time.
yeah? How's Kevin doing? He did break his leg.
Poor Kevin.
How's he holding up?
He is staying back, and I have
Yeah,
a
so
very
it's-
grumpy Ken with me only.
It's going to take a few weeks.
Nice.
Mastiff freaked out because of how unprepared everyone was to cave. Which
Sorry, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry.
no, it's entirely
Hey,
my
this
fault.
is my first D&D like experience. I was expecting some help here.
I should have just said the crystals on your crown were so shiny they lit up the cave. That would have that would have worked. Nim, would you like to introduce yourself? And if there's anyone who's good at introductions, it's Nim.
Character introduction or personal introduction?
Well, you're in character introducing yourself.
Okay, just thank you. I just wanted to verify because sometimes we have meta jokes. Okay,
We're allowed to be meta in this. Like we do not
for
take
that. So I am Mimicry Slumborn. For if you need to know the surname, Paladin Knight. Paladin Errant. So I get to wander around and do crusading. Have basically, if you were to equate it to a military rank, a conventional military, think captain. So not in charge of large armies, but small units. I've been tasked by the people in Vivante to keep the carrier of the book safe, and I guess by dint of circumstance, I am also going to try to keep you all alive and safe. As for combat prowess, we have Sanctum, the shield, Inheritor, the sword, and the power. For those who need something to know, I can turn myself. I can harden my skin. It becomes a glowy metal.
And he basically turns into like Jesus when people hit him, like just shining everywhere, brightness, like covers.
I was going to say Colossus, but we can go with that.
I just had to-
Colossus is accurate. It's in that sense.
I just had the
But you
best
can't-
idea.
It
Since
can't
you're
be used
shiny,
aggressively.
since you're shiny, if we're in a cave and if we get some torches, we just keep punching you.
Well, I can turn it on and off. It's just one of those things that it's not. But because of the paladinness, it's can't be used. Like I can't go attack with it.
Yeah, he
I can
can't.
use it to defend, and I can attack, but I can't use that power and be like aggression because that's not protecting. So hopefully you all will stay alive. I am going to make lists now. Lists. You would not lawful without lists. And I need reports on combat prowess and experiences from all of you on my desk at 8:30.
Yeah. Yes, Daddy.
you.
So I actually want to talk to you about something quickly, Nim. You were talking to me the other day. You were highly disappointed about the fact that I refused to carry a weapon. So I don't feel comfortable with the idea of like killing someone or even attacking somebody. It's not a lifestyle I grew up with. So I have agreed that I will carry a small knife on my side, just in case.
So
I desperately need to protect myself, but other
fair
than
words.
that, I do not feel comfortable.
Fair words. Listen. I understand that you, as a life philosophy, it has to remain inviolate. I take on this burden voluntarily. It would be not good for someone to push it onto me.
Exactly.
So what I want you to do is I want you to think of that knife not as a weapon, but as a tool. Right? You need to cut a rope. Well, there's your knife. You need to cut. You need to help cut up some meat. Well, there's your knife. And if worse come to worse, and I can't keep any of you safe, then that might be used for other purposes. But for right now, it's a tool, not a weapon. That's all that is.
Only for the most desperate situations,
Yeah.
which in GM terms is if like everyone's about to die and I need to save your life. I have a question. I'll ask that later. Okay. So Teshi. Oh my god, I'm the worst. Teshi. Please, yeah, Teshi's sitting there like, are you going to introduce me? Please.
What no, it's okay. I can stay hidden. It's fine. I'm used to
I mean,
it.
it's what you're good at. You're an elf. You're like a tiny little elf. You just
Last time I think you got confused with me.
go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody.
I am Teshlin Durgan. We're going to ignore my family. Do not question about them.
Oh.
I left Florengard for a reason.
Hmm.
I can use some wind magic with Asmer, but unfortunately I am, let's just say, allergic to it. So I get in pain and sneeze and such
So if
I do too much.
if you're going to use your magic around her, please keep your distance, or it's going to end up like affecting her quite.
Also, if we go into an area that has large amounts of essence, I will also be highly affected. That's why I carry around vials of Essecia. It does help diminish some of the effects.
SSC.
I did loot some dragon teeth when we were in the mines, though, so I'm getting those fashioned into some nice daggers.
I don't recall this happening.
I can also
but-
use a bow and... I have it written down. I have 2 dragon teeth.
Oh, dragon teeth! I thought you said dragon tea. I'm like, are you gonna drink? Are you gonna take it for your throat, like to make your throat feel a little better?
A lawful
Yes,
person.
I
Respect the list.
was mixing up some of the dragon blood, made it into some wonderful tea, and it heals me.
Massey makes a valid point. You're basically an essence detector. You can.
Yes, I am.
It's like, oh shit, there's bad guys about. Just start going like beep 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 if you hear something bad, or boop 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 if you hear something bad.
I'll just randomly go, achoo!
Yeah, that works
There's
too.
some
Okay.
essence about.
If Teshi starts sneezing, run. That's basically the process.
Touchy senses tickling, yes.
So as we're sitting around talking to each other and discussing getting to know each other by the well, we suddenly notice that the army, from a significant number of soldiers, like a good 100 people, have just started walking into the town. Like, the Keisha have no respect for the actual authority of the parliament. They are not a member. They do not recognize it as any sort of like official like base of the people, and they've basically just decided they are going to bombard into the town. And one of them, a large, almost lion-like Keisha by the name of Oros, starts walking up to the mayor's office and starts banging down on the door, demanding her attention. The mayor's name is Catelyn, and he's basically just like, we get out here. We know that the book is here. We know that someone is in possession of this, and you have no rightful authority to this. And how are we guys going to respond to this? Remember, this is an entire army at this man's command. So
They're windows.
Are
well,
we
we're
inside?
outside.
Oh, we're outside.
Yeah,
Watching
we're by
this,
the
we're
well.
watching this happen.
Yeah, we're watching this happen from the well. Like,
Oh,
and they're here demanding
Okay.
the book. So how do you guys
I
think
feel
we should
like-
approach this?
I feel like we should not be here.
As
Like,
in,
maybe we
let's
should.
not make it obvious, but like, let's skedaddle
okay.
very calmly. Like, let's just act like we're going into a store, but instead we're leaving town.
Yeah. What do you think we should do, Lottie?
Is Owen in the well?
No.
Oh, if
He
Owen
learned
was in
his
the well,
lesson from the last time.
I was going
His
to ask
lesson.
him if we could use it as a passage out of town.
Well, sadly, it's full of water right now, so I'm not sure how that might work unless you know
Oh,
how
he
to,
fixed it. Oh.
unless you know how to turn into a fish.
Mm.
Cindy, what do you think we should do?
I agree very much with Tishy right now.
Okay. Nim?
These people, these beings are following. They've broken no laws. There's nothing bad about banging on a door demanding to see something. Even if they want to take it, that's not bad. We should absolutely egress because they're after
They
your
don't
hide.
hear. The problem is they don't recognize your authority. Like they
They don't have
don't.
to recognize my authority. If we're here and they're after you, then they're going to damage more stuff trying to kill you, so we can take stuff elsewhere. And
Okay.
at least this way.
At least this way, innocents aren't in the way.
Yeah. So there's an old lesson in the slums where you run and then you turn around and fight. The fastest person will catch up with you. Whap! Then you keep running, and the fastest person catches up to you. Whap! And that's how you handle an army asymmetrically. We
You
learned that in the
also-
slums.
You also need to consider that you are like a face of the Paladin Order, and if you
Yeah.
face these people, they're
why I'm
going.
not facing
Their head is going like they're going to They're going to remember you, and
Why I vote leaving. I'm just framing this as like there's nothing lawful good here.
everyone
That needs
else
to happen.
is thinking we should sneak out. I'm going to let you act. You can choose if you don't agree with us. Sneaking out, that's okay, but you will have to do that on your own initiative because everyone
I'm
else seems
following
to
your
think,
I'm following your lead. I'm just
well,
justifying behind
no,
my-
this is a democracy. We work together. I'm not the. So I'm going to let
Following the-
you. So are you going to go with the group?
Yeah, I'm going with the group consensus. I think it's a good
that's
idea to
what
get
I'm
out of here.
because you can act freely of these people, but there will be
Yeah.
repercussions.
Oh, I'm sure.
Just opening up the opportunities for that. Okay. In that case, we should try and slowly make our way out. But as we just kind of walk around the side of the town, a man comes around the corner and whispers, and you recognize it as the little man from the well, Owen. And he's like, "Hey guys, come back here, in here." Because he knows that, as dangerous as Lottie may be, she's the most dangerous amongst. He is seeing us around the town, trying to do the right thing and be good people. So he pushes us into the alleyway, and conveniently, it's right next door to a shop. It is by the shop, so we can sneak in out through the shop if we want. And I'm basically using this as an excuse for you guys to buy things before we get out of the town.
No, that's a. So what you're saying is, hey, thanks Owen for getting us in here, guys. This might be our last chance to stock up on provisions.
One
pick up your
time
stuff.
only. One time only. You can get 50% off of everything on the list. So what you have here is general supplies and adventuring supplies. That's all that's available in this shop, and we are going based off the normal cost list. We didn't actually set your gold value, Nim, I don't think. So because you're like a captain, you're in a official organization, 15 gold would be the given amount. For
Sure.
someone
I
of
also-
authority would have roughly about 15 gold as a starting
Sure.
amount. And Lottie, did I say your gold, Lottie?
I have 10 because I'm a peasant.
Okay, 'cause you're a peasant. And Teshi and Cindy set their gold in the last episode.
All right.
Oh,
If you
Curious.
guys,
what was available here again?
the
general store
the
and-
general store and the adventuring supplies.
Okay.
So-
I would say that
Right.
if I'm an actively questing paladin, I would have a lot of this stuff already.
Yeah, you have your
Because
own.
that's-
You have whatever you think you would have.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I will say that I am going to buy 50 feet of hempen rope.
Okay.
Just because
Making up for-
Thank you. I was
Yeah.
just thinking we needed some rope.
and I'm going to try to convince Lottie to carry it by calling it brown yarn.
Ooh, yarn.
13. I got a 13. Can I convince Lottie to carry the brown yarn?
Watching your avatar is amazing, Lottie. It's bounce, woo, yarn.
Yay!
I think it worked.
Anything else, Nim?
Let's see. I'm going to ask the group. Everybody got water skins, rations, torches. I'm asking because I'm going to pick up 2 torches for my backpack as well.
Okay. Cindy?
I have like nothing yet.
Cindy, is there anything here you would like to grab before we leave?
I only have one thing so far. I'm not certain. I haven't even read through everything.
It's a long list. It's only adventuring supplies in general. We're
Yeah.
not
There's
big enough a
adventuring
place for you
supplies.
to buy crystal.
Oh, okay. And I guess I didn't realize adventuring supplies were below that. I was gonna say, does everybody have a bedroll, thing to sleep?
We don't.
Trust me, you do not.
Can someone buy a bedroll for all of us, please? Just in
I've got.
case.
Yeah, I'll throw my GP in on for the GP into where everybody has a bedroll because I've already got one as part of the kit.
How much is this?
That works.
And then I would say that the other thing we might need is some type of crowbar.
I was thinking of grabbing a crowbar, so I
Is
can
this
grab
just a
that one
thing
for
that
us.
you have to have a crowbar?
Well, the point is it breaks crates, it opens chests. In a pinch,
Exactly.
it Gordon Freeman's. Sorry, Sir Gordon Freeman, noble hero of the order, was known to wield the noble crowbar.
Lottie, I know you're the practical type who likes to do everything yourself. Is there anything you would like to buy?
I definitely want to buy a backpack so that I can carry the rope and I can carry stuff for other people too.
That will let you carry a little more than usual.
So I definitely want to get a backpack.
I won't put on a strict weight limit on people, but I will have you can't carry 7 weapons. That kind of thing.
No, this isn't Fallout.
Oh, yeah.
There's a coherent plot.
Heshi, you may want to get some arrows.
Yeah, I'm looking at one. I'm gonna get myself a second quiver. That way, I can have my poison arrows separated from the normal arrows.
You know what, Maddie? Just because you did mention that, I'm going to make that a character. Sir Gordon, who instead of having a sword, he has a crowbar.
Yes, he is a legendary figure that's taught to the young paladins to persevere in the face of overwhelming odds. While crabs may swarm you, thy crowbar comforts thee.
You can carry an army's worth of weapons, but you can only carry 50k gold coins. Anything else, Lottie?
I'm looking through the list and I'm trying to think, should I buy...
I just realized, do any of us even have armor?
I do.
I will allow you to have your basic level 1 gear of you have a leather
Jerkin, chain shirt,
whatever you want
maybe.
to call it. Yeah, you have a basic layer of armor, yeah, leather armor.
I can probably have a sword already too.
I was gonna say I'd like to pick up an extra 3 days worth of rations.
Cool. Go ahead.
I should be writing
I'm
this
also
stuff down.
going to grab us a Tinder box.
Thank you. That will be useful for the torches.
Yeah,
and
torches.
starting-
There we
Yep.
go. We have
already- I
torches,
got
but
some-
we still need something to light them with.
I mean, you can use flint
Nim
and
was
rocks.
buying torches.
What's that, Cindy?
Nim was buying torches.
Yeah, I bought 2 torches, and some rations, and you guys all have a bedroll now. I'm at about half money, but that's fine.
You're allowed to share money. I will be making
if
lots of
you
incentives.
got 2 torches, I will get, let's say, 3 tinder boxes.
Well, the tinder box is just I don't think it's a usable. I don't think it uses itself up.
True.
Let's say it's
I
a
don't remember,
really
does
big
it?
box of
Oh, really?
matches.
Yeah, I was gonna say 2 torches.
And
True.
the cost was the normal
I always
cost?
forget.
Or did you say we have
Yeah,
half the
you
normal
need to
cost?
speak up a little, Cindy.
You said the cost is the normal cost,
Yeah,
or
the
did you
normal
say
cost.
that we have half off? Because I I remember you mentioning something about.
Oh yeah, it's
You did
50%
mention
off
half.
whatever
Oh, yeah,
the normal
it has-
cost. Yeah, it's 50% off whatever the normal cost is.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
All right.
I had been totally forgetting about that half off as well.
Yeah,
so
you can take
I need
half
to
off it
fix
just in
my
case
math.
just in case you've forgotten him. It's 50% off.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna keep track. I just gotta track some things down here, and my
Oh,
pens
should
are.
we get a grappling hook?
Yes, get a grappling because we have the 50-foot of hempen rope. So rope, hempen.
Why would you have a silk rope? It's like it's also 10 GP. I'm like, that seems unnecessary, extravagant.
Well,
What are
silk is a lot stronger than hemp.
Is it?
And that's what it comes. Yep.
Yeah,
Wow,
the
I
break,
did
like
not know
literally
that. I
the
always
break
thought silk would
DC
be
is like
like
5 higher.
I always thought the silk would be like the
Weaker?
weaker one. Thank you, the softer one.
Is it worthwhile to get a healer's kit? It's
That,
5 GP, but-
Probably.
yeah, that would provide generally in stuff.
I was thinking on picking the healer's kit up since it's
I
a
like.
little bit more
If you want
expensive.
to grab that, Cindy, feel free.
Okay.
Yeah.
Order of the book. I have some expertise in field medicine. I'm not a doctor though, so we'll
Okay.
try to keep you alive.
When we add traits, I would definitely say consider putting that in as one of your traits.
Yeah. Like for out of character here. Obviously, part of the you would learn some basic field medicine as a military thing.
To keep everyone like, what to
Well,
do
sure.
when you're bleeding out from a stab wound from a goblin. It's like,
Keep the blade in, stab the goblin.
yeah.
See healer. Yeah, and I'm just writing down stuff here. All right, I think we should.
Is that everything? Does anyone have anything else they want to grab?
All right. I think I have figured out what I'm grabbing now. I was gonna grab a backpack for Kin to carry as well. So we have an extra carrier if we come across any riches or something. Then we have more space. Then the healer's kit, as we were speaking, I am gonna grab one at least. I was thinking on grabbing a bottle because you never know when you need a bottle.
Yeah, when you need some water.
Does everybody have water skins? Everybody have water skins?
No.
Where are they also? Oh, water skin is all the way down there.
Yeah, I was going to grab one.
Don't worry, this isn't Minecraft. You're not going to die if you don't keep your hunger up. But
okay, I
Are
don't
you
know
sure?
how realistic
but
this
it does
is.
help. Like I will like it will last more than a day. There will be a lot of travel.
But yeah, and the
Benefit.
last things that I was gonna definitely pick up were a iron pot and soap.
Nice.
We don't know how long we need to be going somewhere.
I have a mess. I have a mess kit, so we do have access to at least rudimentary utensils. And being the guy, I will offer.
I don't know what a mess kit is.
Mess kit would be a field eating kit, so like having
in that case we probably don't need the pot.
No. The pot is useful to cook things in. The kit it has like knives and forks, not for combat, but for like eating and a few other mild cooking utensils like tongs.
So as you're all gathering around to like sort out the stuff, you start hearing banging on the door. As the guards noticed ye moving into the corner, and sadly they noticed that I had a big giant book on my back, and they're starting to knock on the door. So does everybody have everything?
I believe so.
Yeah, we're pretty good. Nothing we can't live without.
Okay. Should we head out?
Yeah.
Should we get out of here?
Yeah.
Okay, before we get our heads.
Yeah.
Quick math.
What's the march order?
Paid.
Do you want me to step first?
What's that? Oh, feel
what's
free to
the
go.
marching
Yeah,
order?
I'll let you go. Let you go outside.
Owen, is we're in here. Is there another way out of here that's maybe not through the front door?
It's unfortunately the front door is it's like behind where all the guards are. It's not facing the main street of the town, so it would be out towards like another street. And it's close to the exit of the town. It's fairly
Right. I'm gonna cautiously peek my head out. Do I roll for perception?
I don't think you need to because they're all behind us. So
Okay, so we're good. All right, hey, let's. I'm motion you guys. Let's go, and let's get out. Let's get out of this town.
cool. We head out. We're going to run to. Obviously, we're going to go straight for the entrance. Scoot along that way. It's fairly uneventful until we get to the gates of the door. And as we get there, the lady who provided us with the mounts in the last episodes is at the door. And for those who weren't there, Nim very generously donated to the church, and she helped us out with a group of mounts. But she has actually just got a new shipment, I guess you could call it, of animals in that they're looking after. And it turns out that these animals are actually, in this world, dogs are bred to basically be the size of horses. So there is a wide selection. She basically beckons you over. She's like, come here. I can help you get out of here as quickly as possible. These are the finest, I can't call them mares because they're not dogs. Is there a name for a large male dog?
Hound.
What?
Hound.
Okay.
Hound.
These large mutts, I guess for a better word, these large hounds. By the way, you get to pick what species it is. So whatever species dog you want, you have a giant dog mount now, and it will be your loyal companion as we get out of here. So feel free to pick a dog and whatever dog you want, and we will get out of here.
I want the noble Corgo.
Okay. Make sure to write that down.
Yeah, it's Corgi, obviously.
Okay.
It's Corgi.
Lottie?
A Merrill Collie, for sure.
Okay, cool. Cinny?
A Sheltie.
What?
A Sheltie.
I have no idea what that is, actually.
Shetland sheepdog.
Oh, cool. Awesome. That would look amazing. Teshi?
I obviously go with a husky.
This is my steed right here. This one.
That is adorable. Also, just so you know, they do have giant poodles. So if anyone ever wants one of those, that can be made if possible. I'm going to go with a German Shepherd because I just... okay, let's mount up, get out of this town, and since Skara Brae looks like it's probably abandoned right now, I think that would be the best place for us to head to. There really is nowhere else to go on the island unless we want to just run off the island and live a life of adventure. But we do have mysteries to solve.
You're telling me we get to ride on giant dogs, and we're gonna go explore previously unexplored ruins? Heck yes!
Pretty much,
Word.
yeah. The best part is the giant dogs. I need to use Mid-Journey to create an image of
I will try my hardest not to fall asleep on my dog.
I'm sure it will be super comfy. We'll give you some rations if you need them.
Just feel how soft this fur is.
So
I
this is about half a day's journey, same as last time. So we're just like I don't have any actually I do it. I would love to use that. Unfortunately, that's copyrighted. So please do let me know if the music is too loud. But it's going to take us half a day before we get there. So here's a chance for you guys to earn some inspiration.
I absolutely scratch the good boy's head.
Yeah.
I absolutely, that is, scratch, get a good right on the brow ridge, good scratch.
Right, just scratch,
Absolutely,
scratch,
you
yes.
do that.
All the good boys and girls get scritches on the back of their ears. So this is your chance for inspiration. I want you guys to tell me a little about your childhoods. What was your life like before you discovered adventure, before you knew what? Lottie.
We're moving.
That is
I think
beautiful.
you already told about ours,
That
I
is so
think, last time.
distracting. Bonding times, man. Tell us, who wants to tell us a little about their childhoods and what it was like for them growing up? I had a feeling Nim would say yes. Go ahead.
Okay, so guys, one of this riding this here is nice. There used to be these little street dogs near the wall with the slums of Hubante. It's called the wall. And what we do is we'd play with these little street dogs, and they'd fun, and nobody really owned them. They'd all wander around, but they'd all nip little bits of your food. And I remember one time, I don't know what happened, but we got this actual prime cut of beef from the shop, and just everybody, like I guess the crime bosses or whoever were like, they must have made a mistake or something. They got what we were supposed to get, and it was such a succulent beef stew. And I remember thinking about it, like, man, when I get to Captain, I'm gonna go have that stew again. Lo and behold, it was just regular beef. We just never had anything growing up. So the fact that I finally got to have regular beef, I remember that with such joy. That, you know what? More beef. I can't wait to give this little guy nice slab of meat.
It must have felt like the most divine meal that you ever had. In your
It was good.
entire
It was
life.
not only was it beef, we had carrots, potatoes, rice, and a lemon dish. I don't know exactly what it was, but it was like, I remember yellow like lemons, and it was sweet. And so sweet that I could only eat like 2 bites, but I wanted a lot more. And I
had a very similar experience in that I went through most of my life never eating meatballs, which are like, and then just like around like 21, I was like, I really want to try meatballs, and it's the most mundane thing ever. But after having that, it felt like the most glorious food I've ever experienced in my entire life, and now I have an unhealthy appreciation for meatballs. Anyone else want to throw their hand up and tell us a story? Lottie can't technically put her hand up.
Well,
This is rigged.
You can say yes, I would like to put my hand up. The only problem is you only have a memory of like a week old.
Well, that's why it's rigged.
You can tell us a little. You haven't told us much.
dare.
You haven't told us much about your time in Fisherman's View.
I mean, I don't have much of a memory, but I do remember, like, when I first got to Fisherman's View, I ran into a dog. There's somebody out walking their dog, and like this intense fear filled my whole body. I don't know why. The sight of a dog. It was like a really small dog too. It was really small compared to me, but I felt terrified. And then when I got close, he like tried to approach me, and I panicked. But the owner was like, "No, he's okay. He's friendly. He's a nice dog." So I just sat on the ground and let the dog come to me, and it was so nice. And I don't know why I was so scared of a dog.
I would hope you weren't, considering you're riding on the top of a giant dog right now.
And now I love dogs. Now I approach all dogs. But like, there was a moment where there was just terror.
You're one of those cats. Walks up to every dog and is like, "You're my friend now. I'll forget about you in 5 minutes, but you're still my friend." Well, my memory lasts. Any of the rest of you, or shall we just continue on our journey? Okay, go on.
Sure, why not? So, I've never actually seen one of these creatures before, and it just makes me really happy that I can actually touch one of these things. I've only ever heard about it in stories from all the adventures that pass through Florengard. So
humans,
like, they act like these things are smaller than what they are, and I'm just like, oh, I guess I am that small of an Aishi. Because I expected these to be smaller, and yeah, this thing is probably taller than me. if it goes on its hind legs.
We do have bigger dogs, basically, because humans spend so many centuries fighting. They basically just bred animals to, whatever they had to basically be used in combat. Thankfully, that's no longer a practice. They don't send these dogs out in these situations
You ought to see some
anymore.
of the
They
golden
don't.
chargers.
Go ahead, Nim.
You ought to see some of the golden chargers there, Teshi, at Vivante in the Paladin Hall. Their mount hall, these beautiful golden manes, and these things are agile and can jump and can run, and they're very, very friendly until it's time to battle. And they'll absolutely fetch and run and play and jump, and just you could lose hours with them. But you gotta it's they're trained to fight, but they don't like it.
Pretty much the same. It's pretty much the same as normal horses, Masty. They have their own kennels, but they're big kennels that they can walk around in, and they're allowed to move around freely in like certain areas, munch on the grass, play with their little toy bones and stuff. Imagine a 10-foot size squeaky toy. That's what they tend to use. Catch! I know some people who have like massive arms just from playing catch with these giant dogs. Do cats eat grass? Do dogs eat grass? I know cats do.
They do.
Yeah.
At least
Yeah.
my big one
Normally, if
does
their stomach
lots.
are upset.
But they're not supposed to, right?
No.
No.
It's more to make themselves throw up.
Yeah.
Well, not always. Emmett just is a cow sometimes, but he's never thrown up after. I don't know what's up with him.
That's like with my dog Chaos. For some reason, sometimes he'll eat the grass just because he can. And we're just like, why, dog? Do you just like the taste of it?
Something different, you know?
So,
Right?
Cindy, do you have a story, or do you want to keep your childhood a bit of a secret from us from now?
I mean, I already spoke about it last time when we were out with Teshi. So,
Specifics of
I
your
think I'm
childhood.
gonna
I mean, like
stick this
before
time.
you like ever really got into a lot of. I know that like you grew up as royalty, but I don't know much about like. What kind of life did you? Did you ever really get to go and play with other kids?
I did get to play with other kids as well, and I actually kind of told about it, how my parents somewhat held it against me, like if I was free to go to town and spend time
I
with
remember,
everyone
yeah.
there, as well as, you know, the kids, and I would do so quite frequently, but if I ever acted up in any kind of way, then I was basically castle grounded, so I was not allowed to go out into town if I wasn't keeping up with my studies and similar.
I do remember now, but when you read as many books as I do, you kind of forget a little information every now and then. So feel free, if I ever forget who your relatives are, or like Teshi's sister, who I still don't know her name.
Oh, hold up. So I wrote that down.
Okay.
So I have the two sisters that are the middle sisters that are twins. Their names are Rosalind and Florin. And then the youngest sister is Mina. She's the only one that doesn't have
sounds
the
like the
Lin
one
in
that
her
breaks.
name.
She's the one that sounds like she breaks the mold by not having a YN in
It's
her name.
because of how powerful her asthma abilities are, so
Okay.
they gave her a unique name.
That the one you don't get on with?
Yes.
Okay. The other two, like, do you get on with the other two, or they?
Somewhat. They don't treat me like I'm literal trash, so that's something.
Just not royal blood, so it's doesn't go down too well. Okay, inspiration for everybody. You get a +2 on any rolls, so if you're ever afraid that you might, if you get a 9, basically you can do another roll, and and basically save yourself from not getting whacked in the face or something, whatever happens, or falling down a flight of stairs. So we continue on in the mostly uneventfully as we get to Skara Brae. This is in a swamp, by the way. The whole city is basically like on top of a swamp. A lot of like just reeds and not great water everywhere. It didn't always used to be like this. The land used to be a lot nicer until the explosion happened, until everything got destroyed. And okay, we arrive. There's a outlooking. This is where us and Nimicry decided like to check out the town, and there's still a small border patrol of people. I would say probably about 10 guards guarding the entrance. How would you guarding the town? You don't see anyone else inside, like past the gates. These people are still here. Make sure. Basically, it's basically a calamity. Giant explosion. 5 miles. And pretty much a nuclear explosion. Obliterated everything immediately. How would you guys like to approach to this ancient destroyed town?
You as one of the elven people, you have sharper eyes than us, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Can you maybe take up that perch up there and see if you can't spy a little bit more? Because I only counted 7 or 8 people, but they're patrolling, so I don't know how many are real, how many are actual numbers, and what I counted. So maybe you can
see if there's any gaps. Yeah.
Reconnoiter that for us, so because we can have a plan.
Then let me climb up there. What die do you want me to roll for this?
Oh, well, since we don't yet have stats, it doesn't really matter. But like, once we do have the stats, that will be important. But for now, it's like just do a roll to see if you like successfully scout whatever is around. A perception check, pretty much.
Okay, so D20 it is. Well, start off really nicely with a nat 20.
This happens to you all the time, Cindy. Or Teshi, sorry.
Yes, of course it does. I don't even have dice, and I constantly get nat 20.
Okay,
she has the perfect RNG.
So you scout around. You notice that a lot of the guards are bunched up against the east wall area. They're kind of gathering together. It looks like a lot of them are just kind of sick of standing here all day, just kind of sitting around, just playing cards with each other. About 5 of them. There's about 3 right in front of the gate, and on the left-hand side there is just 1. There is a wall. Like, we will need to climb the wall to get in. It's pretty ruined wall. Like, there's not much left of it, but there is a wall, and there's 1 soldier there. So just kind of like, he's not half asleep, but he's not really paying attention.
So we know that there's a ruined wall. We know that there's a group of soldiers to the east. There's a group of 3 at the front, and there's at the west end. There's 1 not lackadaisical, not paying attention.
Yeah, he's the one by the wall. Like, the other 3 are at the gate, which is like, you can. It's not really a gate. It's just an entranceway that's blocked by them.
Beshi.
One in the back.
Yes.
How far are these groups apart, would you say?
I don't know if I should make up those numbers or not.
Just make up numbers. It's like, as long as it's
plausible. I mean, yeah.
Okay. So I would probably say the ones to the east are the furthest away from us. So I don't know, maybe like 15, 20 feet.
Okay. I would say 50 feet would probably be closer.
I don't know.
Okay.
As I'm like, I don't know what numbers to throw out.
Okay.
If it was like 20 feet, they would literally see us.
So I guess what I'm saying. So what you told me was that these are so the eastern people are roughly, let's say, 600 feet, half mile away from the other group of guards. So those are probably, unless we make a lot of noise, they're not going to catch us. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Then we have our middle people. You say you figure what, about 300 yards?
They're about the halfway point, I would say, between us and the other.
The guy on the left is the one like closest to us. That would be the nearest. We're on the west side, so yeah, he is the closest.
We gotta get in there.
My depth perception is terrible because of how far I can see. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I can give you an estimate.
It's fine.
She uses Imperial. She uses the Imperial system anyway, so it doesn't matter. Heshi, Cindy, do you have any ideas how you think we should approach this?
Well, back west seems like a pretty open place. If there's a group to the east, and then there's there's the 3 people in the front, and then there's one person just kind of nodding off to the west, and approaching from the back west would probably be a pretty solid option.
Yep. What about yourself, Lottie?
I started listening to you guys talk about where they all were, and then decided that I was going to talk to our mounts and tell them that they needed to stay safe and hidden.
Okay, so Lottie doesn't have a vote in this, basically, what you're saying.
I decided I would follow what you guys were talking about. When you guys made a choice, I'd make sure that
our mounts are okay. So
Yes.
it's good. We have an escape route still.
Yeah. I hope you're not going to stick around, like, mind the mounts while we all go adventure.
Oh no, I'm coming with you. I was just telling them they had to stay hidden and safe, and that they
cool.
would be
That's
okay.
that's very smart. Good job. Head pats.
He just doesn't care how we infiltrate.
Do we give? I think we should all give Lottie head pats for that, like rubs on the heads, because. Okay, looks like we're. There we go. I was waiting for that. Okay, so we're going after
The exciting shake.
We're going after the poor defenseless guy. Who wants to take out the defenseless guy on the left?
We could literally just knock him out.
We could.
Yeah,
but
we don't have to kill him.
Who's going to
Yeah.
knock him out?
I'm gonna. I guess. Can somebody like get his attention, and maybe.
I was going to say if he's like distracted
Someone
or
on-
nodding
yes.
off, I can just sneak up behind him.
Okay.
Perfect.
So, who's going to be the bait?
Why don't I be the bait?
If you wish. You're very intimidating bait. I think he might just see you and be like, "Oh, just run."
Okay.
But if you,
Yeah,
Not a bad idea then.
What if we just throw a stone in the opposite direction? And
I
while
could-
he turns and looks that way, I just smack.
okay, you'll have to roll for that though.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
I got a rock.
Yeah,
Thank you, Ruin City, for the rock.
yeah. There's no lack of rocks around here. Yeah.
I appreciate
Nim
that,
adds
Ruin
rock
City.
to inventory. Yeah.
We could also, like, he's used to cat people being around.
That is a good point. I didn't even think of that.
Well, I don't think he'll be knocked out for long because I got an 11.
So I'm gonna, I guess, like, let's see what
But we're throwing the rock to distract him, aren't we?
Yeah, we're throwing the rock to distract.
Yeah.
And
I was
then
almost
and then-
feeling.
and
I was almost feeling out Lottie's idea for a second there, but you've already thrown the rock, so
I got a 17.
okay, good
So
job.
he got very distracted.
Yeah.
So-
yeah.
Who's Nim's throwing the rock, right? And
Big rock.
Okay.
Throw rock.
Go wild, act it out. Go on, give me your best performance. Like, the guard
Then
turns
I go,
around, hears the
Sneak,
noise.
Sneak,
He's like,
sneak, 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 sneak. Smack.
"Oop." I feel like if Teshi ever has a sound effect for hitting things, it has to be. Oop. Okay. The Keisha falls to the floor, unconscious, and we now have a wall we need to climb. So I need you all to roll for this.
Grappling hook.
I promise you won't break any legs this time.
Okay.
We will help you up if you fail. Don't worry.
13.
13, unless it's a really low
Okay.
number. Go
So I
on.
rolled first for Sini, and she has a 19, so
Hey.
she's solid.
Oh.
Climbing that
I'm a
wall.
good climber.
It's not even, especially
very
in that
good climber.
especially in that freaking Empress outfit. That's an impressive feat.
All the shenanigans.
Oh, yeah,
with the
Lottie, I
children.
can't see
Pretty
it.
sure I hurt myself a little bit because I got an 8 for
Oh,
myself.
dear. Okay, someone's going to have to help you up. Lottie,
I got an 11,
Hey, so-
not fantastic, but a pass.
we all succeed. Okay, so Cindy practically floats up the crumbled wall, just
What?
gracefully
What am I
grabbing
saying?
every inch, just moving her way up, and practically Princess Peaches her way to the ground, like using the gravity of her dress and the wind to slowly descend onto the other side. Lottie, she's a cat, so you don't even need to explain that. She just jumps, and she's on the top, and then she just jumps back down. There you go. Easy for a cat. Gonna be a bit difficult for Nim. He's got a giant ass suit of armor, so.
Yeah, that's I was able to get to the top, but I'm gonna climb down again. I'm not jumping.
Yeah, that would make a lot of noise too. so-
Understandable.
I like my knees as they are,
Pesci.
not in pieces.
I will allow you to get over, but you have to suffer some sort of penalty.
That's why I said I definitely get hurt a little bit.
No, I'm going to allow you to decide how you get over this wall and what happens to you. Like, how do you hurt
Also-
yourself?
I kind of wanted to say this earlier, but I didn't want to speak over anyone, but I told Ken to just kind of stay nearby on the lookout in case.
You want to
parts
stay
come around or
behind?
so. Yeah. I mean, we haven't even rolled for him, to be fair. And I was thinking it would be probably good because there's still other guards and they might move around eventually.
He can
Okay,
help
well,
protect
we will
There's
have the
Nim.
freedom
Nim
to,
makes
like-
me feel very safe. He has a big shield and things. It feels basically alright.
Oh yeah, your guards. We kind of had to run out of the town, so we didn't really get the chance to
Yeah.
bring your
Well,
bodyguards
stay
along.
behind near the
Unfortunately,
wall. I mean,
Ken
he
would
can
stay
help
behind.
us out too once we go back out.
Don't feel free to speak up over anybody. If there's any plot element you feel needs, feel free to just raise your hand and say something. Don't feel like you need to keep your voice to yourself. Unfortunately, we did have to run out, so Ken was like, "Good luck. Be careful. We'll be here when you get back." He saw you running out from the hospital window, and he's like, "Bye," because he's still.
I mean, Kevin isn't even there. I was
Oh.
talking about Ken.
Oh, did we send Kevin back to the capital?
I mean, yeah, Kevin was already away. I already said that he was,
Yeah.
out of commission because
lot
he
of
has
a lot of
broken.
details
But
to
we
keep-
have a grumpy Ken with us.
That
Yeah.
poor broken leg of his.
He's missing his boyfriend, so it's like he doesn't get.
Yes. And he is very annoyed that we broke his legs.
Yeah, that was entirely
To be
our own
fair.
incompetence.
That was totally all our
We
fault.
should probably pay for his hospital bills when we get back. Sadly, this culture is not advanced enough for free healthcare. About another 200 years, we might get there, but for now,
Did you at least splint his leg?
he. I would assume the doctors did.
Okay, I'm just saying, like, I mean, I don't know if he's just like with us on a broken leg, but
This is why-
like, I'll get
this is-
2 sticks.
This is
and
why we need you,
swat.
Nim. Yeah, this is why we need you. So
Exactly.
basic survival instincts.
Yes.
Okay, so we are. Okay, Teshi, you need to.
Yes. How I injure myself. I don't want to admit I've never climbed anything in my entire life, and this is my first time attempting it. So I just put on a brave face, I say nothing, and I try my best to climb over.
Okay.
I get too scared to jump, so I try to just climb back down, put my foot in the wrong spot, and tumble on downwards.
Good job.
Definitely at least spraining my ankle.
Okay, so you sprained your ankle, so that will be consideration in any future, like whatever we do going forward. Okay. Good
So
job.
I'm slightly limping.
Yeah, slightly limping. Does anyone want to carry? Okay, there, Lottie. You
I pressed the wrong button. Sorry.
I was like, you were frightened. You got a little too excited about the fact that Tesh.
She was happy I got injured. It's fine.
Yeah, it's
She has a secret hatred for the Aishi, just a little bit.
she's a
No,
cat.
it was nerves to make sure you were okay.
She's a cat. She likes watching everybody suffer. She's admit it. So.
I was updating my sheet and pressed the wrong button. My bad.
Okay. Okay.
Reasonable excuse.
We're inside. We're in Skara Brae. For anyone who's wondering how this was pronounced, and pretty much the entire town is decimated. Very little still exists. It's mostly just like foundations, like wood of what used to be a house. Most of them are just wide open. Like items have been obliterated. Like just like the whole thing had been smashed with a nuclear explosion. There's no signs of life or anything. It's a relatively small town. It's more akin to a village, but it did have a decent population. And there's a few small distinguishing features. There's a church the remains of a church in the back of the town. There's a graveyard. There's a few houses that still have doors on them. One of them looks like it might have been like an office back in the day, but you are free to explore as you wish around here. Each of you can decide how you want to explore the town.
While we're here, what? So we're okay. Boom, we landed. We're here. What's our goal here?
We know that there was a person here when we talked to the turtle, that we found out about this history about there was a man here who used to talk about these things called dominions. People used to think he was crazy, and he was just a crazy guy. He used to constantly bring this up while doing these crazy experiments and stuff. And we also know that people who came to visit my grandmother, like that this term came up a few times in conversations with her, as if she had some knowledge of like what this was about. That was the episode with Drew and the turtle. So we know that something must be connected to the book somehow.
I'm gonna scout out the office.
Yeah.
I was very.
You want to
interested
scout out
in
the office,
too,
okay?
so I'm gonna join them.
What's that, Cindy?
I'm very interested in the office as well, so I'm gonna join them to look at it.
In case you're wondering why I'm having a hard time hearing, I have a bunch of screaming children outside. Because
oh no!
Out of character
feels.
moment, there is a regatta on this week in my town, and like the main fair is like just out there, like right there.
Oh gosh!
Yeah.
So it looks like Cindy. So Cindy and myself are heading towards the office.
Okay.
Words. What are you doing next?
I'm following whoever's going to keep me safest.
Then I'm going to encourage you to follow me.
Okay.
And I do mean encourage.
I mean, I know you say that, but I've also seen
Encourage. I'm pretty sure he is slightly tugging on you.
he's probably going to basically grab my shoulder. By the way, I'm an NPC, so you can do what you want.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to the office with them.
Okay.
So
cool.
we three are in the same party.
Okay. Teshi, what do you want to do?
I'm going to go over by the church.
Okay.
Florengard has taught me to not trust churches and such, so I want to investigate a little bit.
I don't trust it, so it's the first thing I'm going to go for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isolate the danger.
Yeah. Lottie?
You said there's a graveyard, right?
I did. Well, yeah, it's the churchyard and the graveyard are like one together.
I'm gonna go for towards the church, but more the outer side of the church then.
Okay, cool. So, Lossie and Teshi head towards the church, basically, together. And Nim and Cinny decide to go to the office. So we'll start with the office, I feel. Let's because we can't do both at the same time, really.
Facts.
So the door is basically busted. Like you can just walk in if you want. Like it's old wood that's falling apart after years of exposure to the elements.
I'm gonna put my hand on the door and slowly push it open.
When you open the door, you see what appears to be like an official office, like where the like head office of like the mining area used to be. There's like secretary's table on the side and like a big area for like introducing people and saying hello. Right on the front there are 2 doors to the side leading to like the head office, basically. And the main area itself doesn't seem to be like, it seems to be fairly nondescript from what you can see anyway. What would you like to do?
Cinny, do you want to maybe split this up so we can search different areas?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Cool.
All right, I'll take and then I'm gonna talk to Words. Like, it's my job to keep you safe, specifically the book.
I'm gonna stand outside the door, like by the door, because I'm not a big fan of the darkness, and I don't want to go in there because it's scary.
Okay, that's fine. Just holler for me if you
I will
need
stay.
me.
I will stay here by the door and keep myself safe.
All right. I guess I'll head to the head office area.
But FYI, time is around sunset.
Time's around sunset.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we need a place. Well, okay.
Actually, no. I'm mathematically wrong. It took 6 hours, and it was dawn when we left, so it would only be midday. Sorry, my bad. Midday.
Okay. So it's not super dark.
I'm worried that we have to sleep here where the guards are outside.
Right?
Yeah. So I'm gonna search the head office with specific ideas around anything relating to Dominion, and anything relating to I guess just Dominion. We'll just go Dominion.
Cool. The door's locked.
Oh.
So you can't just walk in. The door is locked.
Okay.
It's been locked all these years.
I'm gonna assume that it's probably not the sturdiest of doors based on the magical nuclear explosion thing that happened.
Probably not, but it has for whatever reason kept itself intact all this time, so it's not the weakest either, because like, I guess since it was the head office door, probably like more reinforced than like a normal entrance. So I'm going to force you to do a roll if you want to knock the door down.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll roll. 15.
What else was there than the head office?
Well, he suggested you could like look around the main foyer if you wanted to.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Or the other office, because there was probably, because you mentioned there was a secretary's area, head office, and then some other miscellaneous stuff in
All right,
that area.
there we go. That's what I wanted to know.
Cool. What would you like to? What would you like to do, Tesh or Cinny?
I will look at the secretary area, but you guys get that wrapped up first.
Okay. Okay. Nim, knock the door down. You punch like who needs?
Well, it's more like shoulder, punch. Like open the door.
Shoulder bash.
Personally, I'm more of the kick door approach myself, but
Too noisy.
I guess most
Since
of
you're you could say shield bash.
yeah.
I could. I do it. Sanctum is meant to protect you guys.
meant to protect-
Will
yeah.
not sully it against the Oaken invader.
Fair.
Okay, so you smash the door down, and in the room there is a what remains of like a skeleton, just basically rotting over like all these years. Whatever this room was, it was obviously somewhat more protected than anywhere else, probably by sense magic, just because it was the head office, and this guy needs protection if anything bad ever happens. But he did die in the explosion. It did obliterate him. And there is a desk in front of him, just a desk with a few little like compartments on the side. So
I'm gonna head up to the desk to where you would sit at the desk, to where the desk would open. I'm also gonna say, thanks for staying at your post for so long, friend. It's just because it's a core, show a little reverence there, just a little reverence. And I'm gonna, as gently as I can, like I'm not trying to be disrespectful, I'm gonna slide the skeleton on the chair out of the way.
Okay.
To where I could access the full desk.
Yeah, feel free to rummage around in the desk. They're not open. They're not locked.
Rummaging action.
I appreciate your use of props, Nim.
just rummaging action.
Just start throwing papers.
Yeah, look. I mean, like, obviously the housekeeping's not coming.
It's house.
Right, I had to break the door down.
It's hard to top the crown in the ears, but it's definitely it definitely does it. Okay, so you rummage around. There's a bunch of burnt notes. Nothing really legible, but you do find a key inside one of the
Drawers.
Thank you. One of the drawers inside the table. There doesn't seem to be anything else of any real.
I'm gonna grab that key.
Okay, that sounds like a smart idea. Cinny, you're still in the head office. Do you want to look around and?
I was gonna head to the secretaries.
The second. That's smart. Okay, cool. So, you can check out this one is locked. She has a. One of my scales fell off my book. Oh no. She has a desk much similar to his own, but the doors are locked. So, how are you going to access them?
Is it a very sturdy door still? I mean, it is. Is it the same as
you
with
would you would have to do a roll if you want to like pull them off, or unless you want to suddenly decide that lockpicking is one of your skills.
We don't have a lockpick.
Okay, that is a good point. We
Maybe
don't have
I would, but I mean, I am a fantastic climber.
We
What's
do.
lockpicking after that?
Who has the crowbar?
Yeah,
One of the people with the backpack.
that is. Yeah, that's Nim's. So
Okay.
I think I will just yell over to Nim because I am not really feeling like I'm gonna be strong enough to take on the door.
So holler at me, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna let you roll for it, but Nim, do you want to bust? I know you like to break things, so.
No, it's not like break things. It's just that sometimes everybody else here is like, let's do diplomacy stuff, and I also have spec into martial as well.
Okay.
But anyways, I got a key. Should we try the key?
Yes, we could.
All right. Excuse me, Empress.
That key does not fit that lock.
Okay. Well, that didn't work. Plan 2. Let's roll.
We'll have to bust it.
This is Resident Evil. It's like that was the wrong shape. This isn't a heart-shaped key. This is a club-shaped key.
I'm absolutely, let's see. Okay, so let's roll. I've got a 20.
Jesus Christ. Okay, you
Obliterate that door.
whack the table and immediately just fucking the whole thing just goes flying across the entire room because you hit it with so much goddamn force that you pretty much, like Cindy said, obliterated the table. Thankfully, another small key falls out of it. As it departs for like the stratosphere, it clinks onto the floor in front of you. So,
Oh,
that's one way to find a key, I suppose.
Gonna have a collection of keys, it seems. I wonder what these open.
I wonder. Let's move over to a bunch of people who are up in the mysterious churchyard. and see what
Churchyard.
churchyard. Yeah, the churchyard. It's the yard of the church that before the graveyard. Did you not call that? Do you not call them those? Or is that another
I
thing?
just call it a graveyard.
But no, the churchyard is like the open land area in front of the church.
Yeah, we call it that.
A lot of churches don't have like anything besides a parking lot
church, yeah.
here.
Our churches don't have parking lots. Just FYI.
No.
Like,
None of them.
yeah, no. There's parking lots.
Yeah, churches more just want money here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they want it here too, but they're less. They're more subtle about it.
Oh no.
Yeah, there's no subtleness. Like they flat out go, "We want your money, so give it to us now."
Let's not get into. I would love to have this discussion, but I would go off on a rant for the next half an hour on this.
Yeah, I feel you. I should. Yeah.
The church grounds, yeah, I guess. Okay, you're both at the church.
Yes.
Very little is left of it, like just bare foundation of a few stained glass windows in the front. Rocks holding it up, and somehow the spire has managed to keep itself intact, but it's just like a rod just like sticking up from the very top. There's no like building inside, all the doors and stuff destroyed, and there's the graveyard to the side, to the right. That's pretty much all that is there. So what would you like to do? Remember to stretch, hydrate, and snack, everyone. Good idea. I thought everyone had frozen for a second and my internet had died. So what
Freeze frame.
what would you like to do? Action, folks, action.
Well, I don't want to say let's dig up graves, but let's maybe see, because secret entrances, you never know. So maybe let's try to see if either we can shimmy a gravestone and it opens up something, or I don't know.
Okay, so you want to check? Do you want to check the graveyard? See if there's.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I
that
was
would be.
going to say the same thing. I wanted to look for like if there was any gravestones intact that maybe had like something that didn't seem like the right kind of name or something on it.
You
right,
note that
or
if you're
like
doing
a birth but not a death date type of thing.
Yeah, or like a name that's familiar somehow
okay,
that might like be a clue to something.
Right.
Oh,
No, we
actually, no,
dig
you
up
just gave me a
all of the
good idea.
graves.
Okay, so do note that if you're going to do perception checks, that does mean perception will have to be a trait you have going forward, because not everybody has perception. So take that into consideration. That will have to be a trait if we're going to do this now. So are we both? Is one of us going to do a perception check, or?
I guess we could both do it to basically see, like, since we're both looking.
Well, that's assuming Lottie wants perception going forward.
Oh no, perception seems a good one for me, I think.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Okay.
Ooh.
What's else?
My dice love me today. I got another nat 20.
Jesus.
I got an 18, so we both did good.
Okay, you both did really good. Okay, how will I approach this?
Secret
Girls generally roll
tunnel.
pretty good.
So
Secret tunnel.
is there anything specific you want to focus on, like in here, in the? You want to focus on like the grave or the tombstones, or?
My focus is the tombstones.
Okay,
more like
okay.
what's written
Her
on
focus
them.
is the tombstones. Okay, so you do notice 2 tombstones that seem to be like fresher than the others. They're still covered in moss and crumbling, but they're about the only ones that are intact. And on them, you see the names King Eredet, and
I would just like to call attention to the fact that you both called them tombstones and not tombstones.
Sorry. Too many years of playing World of Warcraft or FF14.
I was gonna
Google
say
event is
blame
on.
14.
Okay.
I don't know how to say tombstones anymore.
You
Tombstones,
notice
whatever.
You notice two of the graves appear to be fresher than the rest, and their names on them are King Herod and Festin Crystalweave. They are the only standout tombstones in this place. There doesn't seem to be anything special about the actual tombstones.
Doom.
The tombstones themselves. What did you want to check, Tessie?
I will just specifically check the ground around those tombstones
Okay.
to see
You wanna
if
check-
anything has been disturbed.
You want to check?
Disturbed.
Oh,
There we
you want to dig, or do you want to like?
Well, more
just
so
look-
like just
Okay.
because of the whole asthma thing, like I would be
Right.
able to see if the ground has
Yeah, okay,
been
that
messed
make- that
with
make-
and tempered with recently.
That makes sense. Okay, so you look around the ground and it feels like it's softer than like it should be for like an area that's decimated, as if like something has like affected the land a little, so that it's fresher than it should be. That it's more recent than like how everything feels in this otherwise destroyed area, almost as if like some little bit of life is struggling out of the grass to manifest itself, and that's specifically around Festin's gravestone. So what would you like to do?
Well, how heavy is the tombstone itself? Like, can we easily move it?
No, it's pretty hefty.
Okay.
I think even Nim would struggle to pick it up. Since the one next to him was a king, it seems like this might have been a fairly important person, so it's a fairly like extravagant tombstone. The grave itself is just like flat. There's nothing on top of the grave itself, but the tombstone is like. Go
Can
ahead,
we like
Lon.
look at the tombstone and see if there's anything that looks like it might be like if there's like a hidden buttony levery thing in it or something?
Okay.
Yeah.
There is no hidden button.
Oh.
Well, in that case, since this is a graveyard, especially for a church, and this ground has been disturbed, there should be a shovel or something nearby.
Ah. A search.
This is what's terrible is I totally thought about maybe we need a
It'd be a
shovel
shovel, yeah.
earlier. And then I was like, let's not. Maybe I'm just being overly cautious. We don't need a shovel. Lo and behold, we need a freaking shovel. I should just go with my gut instinct. Why do I not go with my gut?
So you guys are free to return whenever you want, by the way, since you've done your thing. Nim and Sin.
Right, I think we'll rally up. If you want to go, Cindy, do you want to go to the church?
You
Yes,
are the
let's
Empress,
see
you
if
basically
they found anything.
That's why I ask you.
He pretty
Maybe
much
they
bows.
found something where the keys go.
Maybe.
As a person of royalty, pretty much expect Nim to like bow to like whatever this person you want to make. Because even if you're not his Empress, he respects that you
Yeah,
are.
it's the lawful thing. The lawful good.
And she's not one
Yep.
of those. She's not one of those mean queens.
That's good.
Yeah.
Because you start getting tyrannical.
Yeah.
Viva la revolution. Yeah.
Okay, so you can look around. We don't need a perception check for this. We can shovel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you do find a shovel. You would you like to dig up the grave?
Can we roll to find a better shovel? Just to see, like, if maybe we can find, like, a super shovel?
A super shovel, yeah.
A gold shovel?
It just yeets the tombstone out of the ground.
Harvest Moon, duh. Just, it's golden shovel.
Never ask
Maybe we
a
just
French
use
person
that
to treat you
door
like
you
royalty.
yeeted into the orbit.
Yeah, I can just see it's like tombstones blasting off again. Okay, so feel free to dig away, Teshi. And be careful with your leg, please. Yep. You find out that there's actually almost nothing under the grass. There's almost no layer of like anything below. It's just like a few inches of grass, and you immediately just hit air.
Explains why my weak ass can do this
Yeah,
easily.
pretty
Wait, I
much.
shouldn't have actually said how weak I am.
You pretty much hit air. Like there's nothing more than a few inches underneath what appears to be the gravestone. So you can you dig it all away, like move it out of the way. Everyone helps to like push it apart, and you see that there's actually a stairs leading down under the grave of this individual.
Secret tunnel.
Yee.
Ooh.
This time without possibly dragons in it. Hopefully.
I
And
already have my allotted 2 dragon teeth. I am not allowed more.
boy. Okay, the shit's about to get real. The door has 2 keyholes in front of it. Don't think I need to like tell you what to do. Take turns. Go like you can put one in individually, and there you go. You put them both in, turn them at the same time, and the door squeaks open. It's a massive steel door, and it opens up into a laboratory. It's just files everywhere. There's a carcass on a table in the corner. It looks like it's been experimented on for years.
What type of Shinra shit is this?
Yeah, potions on the wall, documents strewn across tables.
Mommy issues in the corner.
Sure. But there doesn't appear to be anyone here.
I'm gonna ready. Are we down with? We can all
Are we
see
down with the sickness? No, sorry.
No. Are we all? We're all to where we can see. Like we're in the laboratory, basically.
Well, being you probably went down ahead of all of us anyway. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ready shield and sword. Just out. They're out and in my hand.
okay. Okay, you head down. Nim walks in. Do you guys want to head in after on? Does anyone want to be cautious or?
I'm specifically next to you because of me specializing in my arrows, so I prefer to be in the back.
Okay.
And also, I don't want you to be attacked from behind either, so if need be, I can pull out my daggers as well.
Forgot to mention that there is like a crystal like on the table. He's obviously
Shiny!
there are shinies down here. So
All right. I'll head in a bit behind Nim, like a hand near my crystal pouch, just in case.
just in case, Lottie.
I got really excited about the secret passageway, and I'm right there with Nim at the front.
Okay. I figured you'd just be running around the
cautious,
room
just
like
excited.
I thought you'd just be running
just-
around the room, knocking files off tables and.
I want to, but I'm aware that Nim is like safety.
Yeah, like I'm trying to like. Let's clear it. Let's
Nim
clear
is
it first.
Nim is basically Cloud Strife in this party.
No, I have a character.
Yeah. Ouch.
I also did
Wham!
successfully have a love interest. So
Ooh.
There it is. Sorry.
That is the ultimate stab in the heart. Ow.
Okay.
You just like demolished him.
Oh, I like Cloud. Cloud's one of my favorite characters. It's just like Cloud. Listen, bruh.
I feel
Come
you
on.
though. I feel you.
on,
I
bro.
love Cloud, but then it's like
Nim is actually
Sorry,
fun, yeah, and
He did
funny.
actually marry a flower girl.
Yeah, he has.
That was the thing that happened.
Yeah. Well, nobody wants Cloud to marry the flower girl. They want him to marry the.
Eris is my
Tifa.
favorite. Eris.
Well,
Team
there
Eris all
is
the way.
people who want him to marry the flower girl, but we don't talk about those people. They're a thing that exists.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, so I'm there. I just want to tell Lottie, just quick action there.
You're in the
just let us
room.
click first.
You're in the room. There's doesn't appear to be anyone here. It's deathly quiet. All you can hear is the wind from above. Like, shh. What do you want to? What would you like?
Everybody, let's just be we can spread out a little bit. Just be safe, and if anything happens, holler. So I'm just gonna slowly start to sheathe the sword, but I have my shield out.
Lottie's vibrating again. Someone give her head pats before she bounces off the walls.
aggressive. Aggressive.
Anything you would like to do, Cindy?
Are the scrolls also nearby the crystal?
They are. There's like a few little documents.
Well, I would like to head over there towards the crystal and the scrolls. I would like to read if there's anything important there.
They often
That's my priority, kind of.
said curiosity kills the cat. So I'm glad Lottie isn't looking right now. Okay, so Nim's playing defense. Teshi, what are you? You're by the door. You said you're keeping a lookout in case.
Yeah, I'm by you, but I'm going to basically use my eyes and such as a. Is there anything we need to actually watch out for,
So-
type of thing?
Can I communicate?
Like a possible trap or something. Hi.
As
Teshi, knock an arrow. Meaning, because
Okay.
just in case something comes down, that way we at least can get off the first shot.
Oh yeah. And that's part of the reason I want to do this perception check real quick to see if I can possibly notice if there's anything lurking in any shadows or anything of that nature.
you give me so many ways to approach this. Okay, so you want to do a perception check. Okay.
Well, I perceive jack shit because it's apparently too dark.
Okay. So you look around hoping to notice if anything might be out of place, and you notice jack shit because it's too dark.
Is everywhere.
Yeah.
Hello, darkness, you're not my friend.
Why do you
Wait, so
haunt
is
me
the
ag-
place entirely dark? We
No,
should
there's
probably
like-
light
there
a
is
torch
lights.
if it's very dark.
There is. It's pretty dark. Like we don't have we have basic gas lamps, so there are like little lamps in the corner by like the crystals and stuff, so you can see like what's in the room. It has been lit up, which suggests someone has been here since these lights are on.
You've been
but
missing
since-
this crucial detail.
Yeah.
I don't want to go there right away if there's lit up stuff down here.
Okay, so you're free to
She
leave.
doesn't want to go straight into the danger.
You can leave.
I thought this looked untouched, so I was like, okay, I want to go see what the scrolls say.
No, not untouched.
Are we on the highway to some passive zone of danger?
Potentially, we would have been sooner if Teshi had not failed her perception check. So,
I'm sorry. Apparently, my eyes are not good in darkness. There might be a lot of essence around that's interfering with my sight. I'm sorry.
you do start to feel a sudden like tingling in the back of your throat as Cindy reaches out to look at the notes. And before you realize that the entrance to the catacomb, whatever you want to call it, underground laboratory, the grass that was there is like suddenly closes off, and at the entrance, like just below the stairs, just behind you, Teshi, stands a man that looks incredibly gaunt. He has long black hair, but it almost looks like his flesh is starting to like fall off his face. It still has a human face, but it's almost like trying to hold itself together, and he's wearing a long black coat. Looks like something an official, an important, like scientist or something would wear. It's the best way I could describe it. He's got a fancy ascot around his neck as well, and he basically stands there looking at you because you're the closest to the door. Points for the every guy has to have every cool villain has to have an ascot.
Yes.
So he stands there looking at you, and because you're so close to the door, he has his hand at his side, and so far he's not saying anything. He's just kind of like eyeing you up, pretty much waiting for a reaction from anyone. Like his eyes are darting around looking at everybody, not speaking a single word. What do you do?
One, I'm going to push you in the far opposite direction as hard as I freaking can, while also jumping as far back as I can without injuring my ankle further. And scream for Nim at the same time.
You can fight, Teshi. You're not incapable of, well.
Oh, no.
It's the fact that, like, I am super close to him. I need to make sure you're safe at the same time, and I cannot do an attack while keeping you safe.
That is very
because
valid.
if I just go for attacking, he may have a broadsword that he can just hit both of us.
Okay, you jump back and keep your distance. Anyone else?
I'm gonna advance in front of Teshi. Hand on sword. Shield's already out. So the shield was already at my hand.
Okay.
My hand is on sword, ready to draw. So I'm
Okay.
like,
I have my bow and arrow ready.
Oh,
Yeah.
I did forget to mention. He's also wearing a massive suit of plot armor.
Okay,
So,
that's good. I mean, it's fine. I get it.
Plot armor.
I gathered that from Hojo. We weren't gonna kill him yet.
Do take that into consideration. Cinny?
I am going to grab one of the crystals.
Okay.
Just grab it, not do anything with it
Okay.
yet. And I'm going to ask, who are you?
Okay. Cinny
As
being
a
sensible.
first reaction.
Lottie, what are you gonna do?
I hear the commotion, so I turn around and I see the guy, and I give him a big wave and a happy hi. Is this your home?
Oh boy.
Purity. It is Lottie the cat.
Literally.
I mean, you could like get your
purest of us
claws
all.
out or something and defend yourself, but no, let's go with the hello.
Just say hi. It's like the whole when you hear someone break into your house and you just go, "Is someone there?"
Okay,
They're gonna
so-
say, "Hi, I'm here to make you breakfast."
He hasn't been
That's
threatening
Lottie.
yet. He's just turned up. He hasn't done anything bad.
He hasn't
Um,
yet. That's why I'm asking who he is, but I'm also feeling a slight bit threatened, so I have a crystal ready in case Nim needs
Exactly.
a boost.
So he so he eyes Cinny, and he's basically like, that doesn't belong to you. I would advise you to put that down right now.
It's my crystal. I
Yeah.
took it from the pouch. I had my hand ready
Oh, the
by
one
the
in
pouch.
your crystal. I thought you meant the one on the table. Okay,
is
that's
mine.
cool. That's cool. Okay, that's fine. Okay. So he looks at Lottie, and he's slightly befuddled by her perkiness in relation to the situation, and he's basically like, yes, this is my home, but you don't belong here. And if you know what's best for you, I would advise that you get out here immediately. The only reason I'm not ripping your little cat face apart is because I actually have some respect for the Keisha. But you shouldn't be here.
And I immediately just apologize to him and be like, I didn't know it was your home. We just found a secret passage and we're curious what was in here.
Do you just randomly wander into secret passages?
You know, there could be something cool.
Isn't. It's a secret tunnel. How do you not see secret tunnel and don't go, let's explore a secret tunnel?
And we're also here to get some more information.
You know things are usually kept secret for a reason, right? This is not a place where you're messing with things that you basically do not understand. And while he says this, he looks at me, and more specifically, he starts eyeing up the book, suggesting that like he's familiar with this book. He's just giving it that kind of look, like it's intently important to him, but he does not elaborate just yet.
I would like to say that we are here exactly because we are dealing with things we don't understand. We are trying to get our hands on any information whatsoever, so of course we are going to go into secret passages below graveyards.
Because how else are we supposed to learn the
ruined-
secret info?
Ruined places.
What makes you think that you're entitled to this kind of information?
We have
Well-
the same right to
says we aren't?
information that anyone else would have.
Well, that would be true if it wasn't for the fact that that little nerd over there in the corner is holding on to something that doesn't belong to him. That is not his property.
Would you like to elaborate? How do you think that it doesn't belong to him? For my knowledge, he has.
It's because it's mine. That's my book, and that I'm trying to decide that I'm not gonna curse that. No, that's exactly what. That woman took it from
That
me.
slimy witch.
Well, I was gonna use the B word, but I didn't want to be like. The thing is, he's a villain. He's supposed to say that, but I
you
feel
can.
uncomfortable saying that. That's
Sure, I'll swear for you. That fucking bitch
Okay.
stole my fucking book.
Thank you from me 50 years ago, and I have not even seen sight nor hair of it since. So it's very strange to me that you have somehow found your way here when nobody has basically set foot here in like 40, 50 years. And he keeps staring at me with the book as if he's ready to pounce and take it off me, because again, it's his book. As far as he's concerned, it belongs to him, and you should not have it.
I'm absolutely going to like rattle my sword a little bit to refocus, to draw attention to myself.
Okay.
Like, you know, you're not I don't know what your intentions are, but that person is in my care, and so are all of these.
He looks
And
at you, and he just basically starts laughing. It's like
That's cute.
it's like you cute. You think that sword is gonna do anything? You think you can stop me with that?
Well,
You're
I hope I
welcome
don't
to try.
It's not what we're not. I'm a paladin, friend. You seem like you're
Yeah.
you're knowledgeable. You know what we're about.
I know what you're about. I just don't much care for what you're about. He slowly starts walking down the stairs.
At
Just
this point, my character sensed that he's dangerous, by the way, and is like
Okay.
kind of towards you.
took long enough. He starts walking towards me slowly with intent, like he doesn't care for like any presence in this room besides mine. Specifically because I have the book on my shoulders. What are you going to do?
I
What's his
kind of
word? Words do. Words is the NPC.
I'm cowering
that
in the
has-
corner, like, what the fuck is up with this guy? I can't do anything. I like, Jesus, like, I've never seen like this a creature like this in my life. Like, I'm just backed into the corner with you guys like around me, like trying to keep me safe in your own specific ways. But he's walking towards me and he's not going to stop. He's going to grab that book.
Yeah, I'm going to interpose myself between you and him.
Okay.
And we're not like, hey, it's not your, that's not yours.
Are you going to protect yourself or attack?
I'm protecting myself.
Okay.
Shields up, sword's not out yet.
Dice time.
All right.
Remember, Cindy, if you ever want to use your crystal crush, you can do it during any action.
Yes,
you don't have to,
I'm
like-
constantly thinking of something else.
Oh, that's an 18.
Okay.
Might
I'll be very
be
interested to
alright.
hear what that is, Cindy. He basically.
My other dog.
He basically moves towards you, and like this energy starts coming out of his hands, like it's like this kinetic kinesis, basically kinetic force. You have your shield up, and you manage to hold it back with quite a lot of resilience. Like this guy is pushing you to the ground, but no matter how hard he
Yes, I
tries,
am going to
We need
break
to
one
go.
of my crystals.
what's
Doing this makes me start to sneeze.
yeah? Oh yeah.
We need to go through gritted teeth. You know, this is not working.
But you managed to
But I'm
keep.
going to attempt to do some wind force to try to get us out of here.
Okay. Wait, before we try and like get us out of here, we need to decide what everyone else is going to do, because they may not want to leave. So, Cindy, what was your what are you?
Well, the idea that I was ruminating on was this guy definitely knows something, and I've been sitting here thinking about if I'm gonna try to glean a thought from him.
Just remember that is
Just
going to
thinking of
like.
doing some
Yes,
winds
that's
of
going to
truth.
give me
but-
No, she has
major.
she has the actual ability to like fully read a single thought.
Yes.
Oh,
However,
Oh,
I
yes.
have really major
Yeah.
headaches. That
But
takes
it
a
gives
lot
her
out
massive
of me.
headaches,
also.
so
Yeah.
you're going to be fairly debilitated if you do this.
Yes,
Okay.
I know.
Do you need to roll for that, or does it just work? I need to. I feel like you should roll for it to decide it's yes. You do have to roll to decide it's success. So
14.
14, awesome. Okay, so and I wasn't going to reveal this until once later, but that's what I love about.
the dice.
That's what I love about this. Someone come up with something that like shifts everything. Okay, so you peer into his mind for a couple of seconds. You just go straight Professor X on him, hands on head, and I was thinking more like this, but that worked too. That's actually entirely up to you, Cindy. There you go. Big, massive headache. Like, really get the acting
Massive,
out.
yeah,
Like,
I am going to go down on my knees.
and you see
This is pretty.
you see the image of this man, basically much younger. His skin is normal, and he's lying beside the bed of a dying woman. He does not say like who it is, but he's basically like his head is. She's lying there. She's not moving. His head is in the sheets, basically like crying his eyes out, and that seems to be the most powerful thought that is like pushing from his thoughts right now, like almost like it's the only thing he ever thinks about. So good job, Lottie. He's slightly he's slightly put off balance by this mental intrusion. It's like wasn't expecting this, so he is a little shaken up. He's not like weak or anything, but he is like, what the heck? What was that? Get out of my head. Give me some water because I'm dehydrated. He's definitely dehydrated, I'll tell you that. Lottie, what are you gonna do?
seeing that Nim wants to leave, and there's like process starting that we're gonna think about leaving, but we haven't really gotten any information yet. I rush to the table with the scrolls and grab like a handful or something. Like just grab some. That maybe some of them will be useful.
Yeah, that's smart. You do need to roll for that though, to see if you succeed.
Oh, let's see.
You can't just succeed. Sorry, that's not how.
Oh, I got an 8.
Only.
Oh, you got an 8. Oh man, that could have led to some interesting direction. You try to run towards the table and grab some notes, and as you do so, the inside of your inner ear starts like getting really painful, almost as if like something is messing with your hearing. And this knocks you off your balance as you run towards the table, and you just crash into it and fall over, and like you're on the floor now. So
We have 2 people on the floor.
we have 2 people on the floor and one who wants to run. So we need to actually get them up off the floor. If you're going to
we're both in
retreat,
the
like
same
you seem
place.
determined to retreat.
I will likely need to
I mean, this
need
guy.
some
This,
support.
this guy is literally, Brae. Like I'm holding them, but I don't know how long this is gonna go for.
Yeah. So how are we approaching this, Teshi? Like you're the one who wants to get us out of here, so I feel like this should be your priority.
Yeah.
To figure out how.
That's what I was trying to think, because like the entrance was sealed off, so I don't think there's any actual wind I can even manipulate right now because we're underground.
That's a good point. I didn't even think of that. We're
Lever,
in trouble.
maybe?
So what I'm first going to do is do a perception check to see if I can see like a lever or a switch or something.
Okay.
And if I can see it, then I'm gonna shoot an arrow at it.
Okay.
So that's the order that my thought process is going, but I have to roll for the perception first
And
to get to that second step. Okay. If there's a lever, I see it because 17.
cool. As you look like right past him, and you see that in the corner there is like a big switch on the side, which is probably how he manages to like open this himself from the inside. That's how he can get in and out when he needs to. And you go fire that arrow. Go roll that dice.
Okay. Even better, 19.
Okay, 19. Cool. Awesome. That's perfect. That's actually perfect. I love you so much right now. Thank you. You shoot an arrow right past him, but as you do so, there is also a pouch on the side of his shoulder, on the side of his waist, and it hooks onto the arrow because you're just that good. And a dragon tooth falls out. Everyone's favorite item in this game. Falls out of the pouch, goes onto the floor. It flies towards the door handle, and the thing slowly starts opening up. Unfortunately, he's still standing in your path.
Yeah.
I guess I want to use inspiration to try to bull rush, just so we can get out.
Okay. You're gonna try and knock him over.
I probably would have to do some kind of roll, but I would like try to very shakily snap a crystal
No.
to help Nim out.
Okay, let's see what his roll is first, and then.
Okay.
So I'm going to use the inspiration because this seems like the heroic moment. Like he's pushing on me, even though he's a little stunned. Let's, time to trip you over, dude. We got.
I basically
Let's get
see the
this.
crystal as a way for you to helping someone succeed if they fail.
Yes.
Okay, so 15 plus 2 is 17.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you want to use the crystal? You can make it more powerful. That would be like a 20. Because the way it works in this is the higher the number, the better the success. So.
I'll I'll snap it. I'm gonna assume
Okay,
that,
cool.
Empress
So-
isn't certain that this works, and
For those who don't know, basically what she does is when she snaps a crystal, it adds +3
taking a
to
crystal
any of your
out.
rolls. And since that makes it a 20, Nim manages to lift himself up off the ground and pushes this guy back. Like, he's super insanely strong. But you manage to, like, knock him, like, back a bit towards the corner of the room. He's only knocked out for like a second or two, and immediately stands up. But now he is at the edge of the room, and the entrance is open.
I'm gonna yell, "Move!"
Does anyone want to
Like-
do anything before we leave?
Besides me controlling some wind to help Lottie and Sini get out of here more easily,
Fly out,
because I'm
yes.
sure they can't run as quick.
Yes. Something did fall out of his pouch.
Hi,
We
dog.
also have.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I was
Words, you're still cowering. Is there a way that you can be
Oh well,
the NPC?
since he's been like pushed away, I can like get out with you. Don't worry.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can you maybe grab stuff off the table on the way out?
True.
No, because he's pushed over by the table now.
Okay.
That's where he
Okay.
is. Like,
Okay.
he's covering the notes like this.
Okay.
Since
Okay,
Lottie
so we
didn't-
can't touch anything on the table.
Since he saw Lottie trying to grab him, he's like, nobody's getting this shit. You're not getting this.
Okay, so
Okay.
he's on guard for that.
These are super plot relevant documents, and I'm not ready to reveal them yet. I
That's
would
fine.
have if Lottie had got them, but yeah.
I was gonna say, did you not write that story yet? Is
I
that
don't
what
know. I
this
did,
is?
but since she failed to grab
don't
them,
need to
I'm
worry
not
about
willing
it.
to like reveal that information just yet.
Since I'm on the floor,
Are you-
I'm gonna
okay.
try and like scramble across the floor quickly to grab the tooth before
Okay.
we leave.
Roll this, please.
Oh, please be good enough. Oh, 20!
Wow. Okay.
Oh.
Lottie flies across the floor like a lioness and grabs the tooth in her mouth and immediately runs to Teshi's side and grabs a hold of her.
Yay!
Like meow, meow, like keep me safe kind of situation. Sydney, I assume is going to run over to Teshi as well, unless you have.
I was gonna say, I'm going to
Oh, sure.
try to make my way to both of them before I do anything.
We have a fully clear exit now, thanks to Sydney cracking that crystal.
Yeah.
My headache.
Well, I'm still
Okay.
holding guy essentially.
So, are you going to blow us out,
Word.
Teshi?
Are you near us too?
I feel like Nim might be a bit too heavy.
True.
Yeah, it's you'd have to roll real high for me.
He's got a high
I
weight
think.
class. He's
Okay.
he's There's the thing I should do. He should be immune to wind. Because he's so
Don't make him immune to wind.
because he's so
I
strong
would feel
and
so
bulky.
useless.
Like
Yeah, but I mean, weight can
Okay,
still be lifted.
Don't fall off this time. There we go. Okay, now that the die didn't fall off, we have a 16.
okay.
Very good.
Basically everybody flows out on the wind thanks to Teshi, like freaking Avatar here, just like whoosh, up outside.
I absolutely would like to, as an action, as leaving.
Hi.
Uh,
I definitely want to roll for smack talk, because that's definitely major plot point filling.
You
and I'm
don't
the good
need
guy.
to roll for smack talk, just smack talk. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Next
Hi.
time, I'm gonna do it twice as hard.
Well, here's the thing, guys. He might be outside, but there's nothing stopping him from coming after you.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you-
yeah.
Other than protecting his stuff, it'll at least
Yeah.
take a little while.
True. Okay, you're all outside now. And he runs after you. Well, he walks after you. Like he's almost skeleton in his appearance. Like his skin is falling off. He can move, but he's not like fast. He can't run, but he can physically move himself with like a lot of force, almost as if he's like consciously willing his body to move through sense itself, like to move the leg, one leg in front of the other, and starts creeping up the stairs towards everybody as you stand by the entrance, like trying to run out.
And is there a way, like you said there was a big tombstone, is there a way I can push that and kind of seal the entrance?
Yeah.
I think it was already mentioned that it was too big for
It wasn't
even
To
him
look
to
at,
move.
not to push.
Oh no, it probably would be big enough to cover the entrance, yes. Like it was a tall tombstone. I know what you mean,
Yeah.
Cindy, but yeah, it's
Oh.
a tall.
So I can push it, but
Yeah.
not necessarily like lift it.
Okay, roll for that.
Okay, let's see what happens here.
Can we joint effort it to make sure?
12.
Right.
Oh, never
12,
mind.
okay. You can, but he got a 12, so there's no need.
Yeah, that's fine.
Nim does the strong guy stuff. So that's his
I was
roll.
gonna say, should I give him the crowbar? Would that help?
Actually, yeah, leave her.
Okay,
I mean,
so
engineering.
with
Right.
a lot of force, you get behind
Some
the tombstone.
physics.
You get it behind the tombstone and push it forward, and it falls and crumbles, and it does make enough effort to like block the door, so that like you can't like push it open. Like it keeps the door from closing, and he's still in there, and he's pretty fucking pissed. But right now you're safe. So okay. What are you going to do?
Catch my breath.
Yeah.
You might want to like he's still down there and he's trying to get out. So
No, I mean like a few seconds, just to like
okay,
a couple
few
of deep
seconds,
breaths.
fine. A few seconds
Right.
is all that is required, because as you stand there, a giant obelisk explodes from below the ground, towering above you. Like you're Nim's like, what the fuck is this shit?
Jesus Christ.
Just in the
Oh, no.
middle of the graveyard. It's like a few feet away from you. It's just big, massive black moonstone. Like nothing reflects off it. There's the light doesn't reflect off it. There doesn't seem to be like, you can't see your face in it. It's just pure blackness towering into the sky.
We need to get out of here. The guards are probably gonna see this too. We really need to get out of
You
here.
really do need to get out of here. Okay, so are you going to get out
let's
the
head
way
back
you
to the
came
mouse.
in?
Yeah, because that's closest to the mounts. So we
Okay.
can
Yeah.
leave.
Seems safest.
Okay, so we head back up. We don't need a perception check for that, because it's the guard is
Because we
still,
already know
that
it.
dude's still having a nap, dreaming about biscuits or whatever.
Pretty good biscuits.
Biscuits. He likes biscuits. What's dude needs his biscuits. It's either that or donuts.
Yeah.
Biscuits and gravy is a nice breakfast.
There you go. He's dreaming of biscuits and gravy. Like you pass by him, he's like, biscuits, gravy. So obviously, I'm assuming you're going to run to your mounts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we heading straight back to Eredet? Or
I
That
don't know where
doesn't
else
seem
to
safe.
go.
what?
I don't know
Is
where
there a
else.
forest we can camp out in?
It's only like 6 hours, so it would be like evening by the time you get back.
But the thing is, the army was there, so
Oh.
is it even safe
Yeah,
to go
and that's
back?
what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like,
That
I
is
don't
a
think
very
we
can
good
we just
point.
camp in a forest?
Yeah, that is a good point. Okay, we can camp out in a forest. Well, we have to get out of the swamp first, so that's about 4 hours.
Yeah.
But there is forest like around near the mountain, near the checkpoint, back up to the mountain. So people often tend to sneak around the checkpoint using the forest, like our little thief friend did a couple of weeks ago when she took on Teshi, and that's how she got in. So, because the guards are not, because the border's not great.
Also an island. Where you
So
gonna
we
go?
can camp out there if you want. For how long do you want to camp out?
Until morning, maybe. What do you guys think?
Yeah,
Okay.
at least morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
And during the camping, I would like to share the thoughts that I claimed.
Cool. Absolutely.
Well,
Oh yeah, that's a
the
good point.
thought
Nobody
that I
actually
claimed.
saw it besides
Yeah.
you. You
Yeah.
did-
Yeah, we don't know any of that yet.
And
Okay,
I was
so-
too much in pain, and it was too dangerous to share any of that. So now's a good time.
I agree.
I'm gonna. I think I'll comment around the camp that for all of my years questing, that is the first time I've seen a giant obelisk rise out of the ground.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of things.
Okay. Okay, you're gonna have a fun time in
Never
that
even
case.
heard of an obelisk in any of the stories I've been told, so
You're
I
in
don't,
for a
I
fun
don't know
time.
what it could mean.
You're in for a very fun time. What do you want to do at the campfire? Cindy, feel free to share your story while everyone else decides what they want to.
Well, I saw the man back when he was a bit more man and a bit less skeleton, and he seemed to mourn over an old lady's deathbed. I don't really know what to make of this thought. It seemed very important to him. He was thinking of nothing else, so I would assume it somehow relates to him seeing us, maybe specifically even words.
That's interesting.
Which
If only I had any
forgot what
idea
your
what was
name
going
was.
on.
Hmm.
Clearly,
Word.
this. Yeah.
I was gonna say we need to find a way away from this place.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we had an army one way, skeleton gaunt person who, I'm gonna be honest with you, my shoulders are screaming at me.
Yeah.
He hits harder than he looks.
And being near him, I'm going to need more Assasia.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. You're fucked for now. You're pretty much out of action. I would say. Like.
Yeah.
This guy was fine.
My eyes are swollen. I can barely keep my head up or anything. I'm just kind of leaning up against a tree right now.
Okay,
He
Lottie.
was really
I
rude.
Any thoughts on this?
Yeah, we should get. He was really rude. We should definitely be away from him and an army.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we're going to camp out here till morning, take a nap, or resuscitate. That should be enough time for you to get your side effects to dissipate.
Yeah, 6
Teshi.
hours was around where we put it, so
That should be enough
Yeah.
time for your headache to dissipate and give Nim enough time to recover.
Yeah, I'm just sore. I'll be all right. Just ooh.
You did a lot of heavy lifting right there. You need to rest.
The only
guy
thing-
hits like a damn sledge.
The only thing that Lottie hurt was her pride.
I'm a little bruised. I hit a table.
Thanks, Masty. You're legendary as always. Okay, so we rest here till morning, and we are woken up in the morning by hearing of rustling sounds in the distance. Like Nim's like, what? So you can see through the trees that the guards, the soldiers from the town, are departing in heavy numbers. Like it appears like they've figured out nothing from their time in the town because clearly there was nobody there. So it seems like it might be safe to head back to Eredet and recuperate a little.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna as we're breaking camp. I'm gonna ask a status report from everybody. How's everybody holding up?
Good.
I no longer feel like I'm gonna pass out.
All right.
Can you focus? Can you focus, Cindy?
I don't feel like I'm going to pass out either.
Okay.
That was
Right,
terrible. Let's not do that in a while.
We gotta get you some painkillers for that head. I feel like they would be. I hear they're super expensive though, so I don't think you're gonna be able to buy a lot of them. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Also
part of the
trying to
reason
go
I
to
didn't
my-
use my Assasia and I just slept it off.
Yeah, because you limited supply. We live in one of those cultures where drugs are super expensive, fortunately. Maybe some of these should champion for free healthcare. Novel. Hey, Monster Hunter. We just missed like them taking on this incredibly powerful individual inside a catacomb, and they just managed to get out.
It was bad.
With their lives intact. Okay,
My
so we head
brain.
back to the town. Okay. As we enter the gates, we give the mounts back to the lady. You will be allowed to take them again in the future, I'm sure, because I think she seems to have taken a bit of a shining to Nim. It seems she's not used to like that kind of generosity on these kind of parts. So
I already named him.
yeah. Well, Kia, hold on to that name. What's the name?
Maru.
Maru. Okay. Hold on to that. We may get to use it in probably 11. No, it was a super insanely powerful guy that nearly killed everybody.
It was bad.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Next time we play, you're going to have actual hit points and shit, so there's going to be a risk there. I haven't decided if we'll have actual character death. That I'm going to let you democratically decide that, but I don't know yet. Okay, so as we walk into the town, we see Owen, the builder guy that Lottie accidentally hit on the head with a coin when she threw money in the well. And he is currently climbing out of the well in the center of town. His renovations are finally finished, thank God. We watch him proudly place the final stones on top of the foundation. And Owen steps back with a proud smile, admiring his weeks of hard, intensive, dedicated handiwork. Unfortunately, the ground starts shaking beneath his feet. He barely has time to move as the earth begins cracking under him, sending his countless hours of labor flying high into the sky
Please.
before falling all around the central square.
No.
A dark shadow
Oh, no.
descends upon the town as another obelisk erupts from the ground, towering towards the sky.
I think we did that.
Can I rush over to make sure Owen's okay?
You can, that's entirely up to you.
What did we fuck up without knowing what we fucked up?
No.
Well, you trapped the guy in the cave, so or in his tomb. So whatever he was planning, he obviously decided to put into action.
I feel like if he has the ability to like summon obelisks, he would have the ability to move Earth.
It's a bit more complicated than that, but
just like
okay.
shovel.
Lottie has decided she's going to go over help Owen out to make sure he's okay. Anyone else got any thoughts, ideas?
I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look around. Shield out, sword out, and I'm gonna look around to just glance to see if anybody else is panicking.
Okay.
I'm going to go to the obelisk since the other one we couldn't actually inspect it or anything because we
Okay.
kind of needed to book it out of there.
Okay.
So this
was
one,
thinking the same,
I'm going to look
Okay.
around it.
I'll go with Tashi.
Okay, cool. Awesome. I love you guys. What are you going to do? Like, what are you going to do? Are you just going to look at it? Are you going to touch it? Are you going to put your ear to it? Like, what's your thought process and how you inspect it?
Can you tell us again what the obelisk looked like?
It's almost like anti-light is the best way I can describe it. It doesn't reflect anything. There's no light shining off it. It's almost as if like nothing exists within it. Well, it does exist, but it's like the world around it isn't reacting to its physical substance. It's pure black rock that it doesn't even have features. It's like just a black giant obelisk descending into the sky or towering into the sky.
I want to kind of honestly I want to knock on it and
Okay.
touch it to
Okay.
see if it's, for example, does it seem like crystals or something? I might have some experience
Okay.
on that.
As John
So-
Cena would say, are you sure about that? You won't
maybe I
need to run a
should do
percent.
that.
You won't need to roll a dice for this. I'm just. Do you want to touch it?
Well, if it seems solid, but of
Okay.
course, if it seems like pure dark blackness, then maybe I should do that with the. Well, we had like a crowbar or something. Could I clonk that
Yes.
onto?
Okay.
Could
Okay.
you, please?
As you.
You know what? If we're going to do something like that, let me just pick up one of the things of stone, because I'm sure some of the pieces of the well broke up into tiny bits of
Yes.
stone.
Okay.
Yes.
And
Let's look at it.
let's just chuck it.
Yes. Let's check it.
Chuck
See if anything happens. So I'm just gonna do a nice throw.
Nice throw. Tesh has got the throwing arm for sure. Okay, you lob the stone and you what did you say again, Cindy?
I'm kind of listening to what it sounds like.
Okay,
Does
there is
it
a-
clonk onto it?
There is
Does
a
it?
humming noise that's coming from like its surface, and the louder you get, the almost like it's quiet, low vibration. When you throw the rock at it, Teshi, and the rock disappears. It's just sucked
So it
into it.
hums after sucking. Okay.
Just disappears into it. Lottie, you're very quiet. Oh yeah, you're helping.
I'm with Owen.
Yeah, Nim's making sure everybody else is okay.
Yeah.
I don't think
This
this is
may
very good,
be a
Tashi.
crazy idea,
Go on.
but we have rope
Okay.
and I have an arrow and such.
Yeah.
I can shoot it and we can see if it lodges in or if it just kind of goes forever.
Okay. You wait. So what's the purpose of the rock?
No,
The rock was
we
just
don't
to see
have.
if it's solid and, you know.
Yeah, but now I want to see if like it's a whole other
right.
thing over there, or if
Oh, right,
there's
yeah.
a wall on the other end or something. So
Okay.
like if the arrow
Um,
stops immediately and rope is still outside, that
Okay.
means there's a wall
You-
somewhere
And
in
it's
there.
also gonna be important to see if it doesn't touch anything. Can you still pull it out? And is
Yeah.
the rope cut
Yeah.
off?
Okay.
Or
Cool. Very smart.
Which is where like I would want us to be holding on to the rope so that like if the arrow does basically infinitely start going, we can just pull it back.
Very resourceful thinking. Okay. You shoot the arrow inside. It just blows through like a normal arrow would. Then the rope like comes down to the ground. Plonk. Just you don't hear any sound from inside. But the rope does just fall down. Doesn't appear to have like snapped apart or anything. So it's just lying there, half absorbed into the obelisk.
Well, if that's the case, does someone want to hold on to the rope while one of us goes in?
let's tie the rope onto something before we do so we don't have another incident like in the.
Let's tie it on to
Yes,
Nim. I'm sure he
tie-
can keep us intact.
See?
No,
See?
I think we
And
rather
that's why I
tie
was
it up.
thinking someone like hold on to the rope, because I
Yeah,
was thinking Nim could just hold on to it.
I'll hold on. I'll grab the rope and loop it under one of my arms.
Okay.
I'll walk over there.
Okay, so
Seems like everybody else
Teshi is
fine.
going to go in. Okay.
Yep, I'll just mosey on in with my hand on one of my daggers
Mm-hmm.
as a just in case.
Sounds like a smart idea. Okay.
Oh, it's totally not a smart idea.
I'm really glad Words never played the Tomb of Annihilation.
D&D? I actually think I have.
Okay, that's why I'm like, I don't want to.
It's not taken from that, if that's why you're wondering.
Yeah, because there used to be spheres of annihilation and statues' mouths, and in D&D, if you touch something intentionally, you don't get a saving throw.
Yeah, that's
because-
what I figure. Yeah, you it's a choice you make. That's why I'm not letting anyone throw dice here.
Yeah.
You walk through, and as you touch it, you just kind of like just tiny little ripples around the shape of where you were. You just move through it effortlessly as if it wasn't even there, and you appear outside of the entrance to the High Council, where you see that another giant obelisk has ripped its way through a corner of the entire building, and just like people are like running around screaming and stuff. They have no idea what's going on.
Realizing where I am, I just kind of go, backing up. That's what I do. I just slowly back up and just go back through, because I am not going anywhere near the High Council.
Okay.
Nope. Bye. Peace.
Huh. Okay, so okay, that's. Anyone else want to give it a try?
I forget, what is the High Council?
That
again?
is basically the leading council of the Aishi. They are a group of noble. Basically, Aishis are either born with exceptional power or they're not.
Okay.
And the ones
And
who
my
are
sister
treated.
Mina is on the High Council,
Yeah.
so
And they're treated like royalty, and the people who don't have that aren't. Essentially, it's a very class society
Okay.
where the
I
rich
see.
rule and the poor have to do whatever the Aishis say. And the High Council is the building where the 4 seasons, there's a council based on the 4 seasons, manipulate the land depending on the season of the year to ensure that it's always perfectly cultivated and nurtured in a way that like ensures it's the most prosperous and beautiful kingdom on the. And that's all done because Aishi can talk to nature directly.
Okay.
Cool.
So I just want to make sure. So so Teshi's back with us, right?
Yeah.
Like I can do that. I'm gonna say that. Well, it's a good thing though. You came back.
Yeah.
What was on the other side?
Yeah.
only the High Council.
That's
Which
quite
is
a-
why I was back so quickly, because I did not want anyone to recognize me.
He's not welcome in that corner of the neighborhood. Anyone
Yeah,
else want
I
to
rejoined
talk?
Our
the group, by
stone
the way.
also went there.
Yeah, the stone. Also, it's just a stone. Like it's literally just brought her. Well, no, there was. Sorry, no, you're wrong. No, there was no stone.
monolith there, so I'm sure that no one noticed the stone that
No.
we threw
No,
because
yeah.
of
no,
that
no, 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 no,
other
no,
stuff.
no. The stone is not there.
Oh, it wasn't
No,
there?
it wasn't there.
Oh. Was my arrow there?
Yes.
Wait, the arrow should
Your
be
arrow
there
was
because
there.
the rope was there.
The arrow
Okay.
was there. Yes.
Okay.
I've actually taught
Okay.
my canon and my lore through. So, anyone else want to give it a shot?
I could try.
I can't leave the book. Like I've got to stay
Okay.
with you guys.
Lottie seems very enthused about it, as she is about basically everything.
It's exciting. It's an adventure through a giant obelisk.
Okay, so go make a running jump, like get vibrating.
Do
Okay,
a flip.
you you run, flip through the gates like a cat chasing a
Mouse.
ball of yarn, a mouse even. And as you walk through, you appear in a dark, barren forest where the trees are dead, and you see nothing. She's like, "What the fuck is this shit?" Nothing but a barren, like forest where all the trees are dead and the sky is black, and there's this hut, like off in the far distance.
Something about this place feels familiar, but also vaguely kind of unnerving and scary to me, but I can't place the feeling.
Okay. What are you going to...
It doesn't feel good.
Oh, also, there's a giant obelisk behind the house. That's the... Go on.
Can I very quickly inspect around the obelisk I'm at?
You could, if you wish.
I roll.
You don't need to. Well, yeah. You don't really need to, I guess.
Just looking to see if there's anything different looking about
Okay,
this
go ahead.
one compared to ours.
You don't. Are you? Oh yeah, you're rolling. Go on.
Oh, that's bad. I rolled a 1.
Okay. You
I
notice
see nothing.
absolutely nothing out of place.
I'm too unnerved. I come back through the the obelisk.
Interesting, huh?
It felt too wrong.
Nim, if you wish to try this out, I will give you permission to leave me. I don't seem
All right.
to be in any present danger.
All right. So I'm gonna ask Lottie and Teshi. I know what Teshi saw because Teshi shared it. Lottie, what did you see?
Some really kind of creepy foresty place and a hut and an obelisk at the hut.
So you didn't see like a super huge building that would be
You didn't see other Aishi like me?
No,
Running
nobody
around?
around about.
Oh,
No
okay.
people.
All right, I'm gonna words. Watch the book.
Well,
And-
keep an eye on him.
I got this bad boy on my back, and it's not going anywhere. Don't worry.
Okay, let's. I'm gonna walk in, shield ready, sword out,
Okay.
put down, and all right, let's step through the breach.
Okay. Nim steps through the breach, as he calls it, and is suddenly greeted by dozens of his own fellow paladins as he appears right in front of the paladin order. All of them on defensive high alert due to the fact that a obelisk has shattered through the front entrance of the main building and like taken out a window in its, and some of the rubble and its devastation. Doesn't appear like anyone is severely hurt, but the guards are clearly like they don't understand what's going on.
I'm gonna holler for status report.
Yeah.
So, oi, status report. What's going on?
We don't know. Like this thing just appeared out of nowhere suddenly.
All right,
Were you fucking around with things you weren't supposed to again, Nim?
that's Captain to you,
Sorry.
soldier.
Were you fucking around with things you weren't supposed to, Captain Nim?
Remains to be seen. Where's the nearest officer of the day?
They're pretty much everyone's here right now.
Okay, I'm gonna.
We have everything. Like we are looking into it. All the captains, the commanders are here. They're
All right.
we can keep things. We can
Okay,
look into things here for you.
Then I'm gonna head back through the gate. I'm gonna be like, all right, carry on carry on and report any new anomalies to high command.
Yes, Captain.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna walk
Apologies
back through
for the language. Yeah.
It's all right.
It's a high stress situation.
It's fine. Soldiers. It's just I am the equivalent of a captain in this case. So figure it's like rank and file wouldn't speak to an officer like that. Even
They're a
under
little
stress.
stressed out. Give them a break.
Even under stress. But the point is, I'll explain to you guys. Hey, so I went through here, and I'm back at the Paladin Order Hall, and we got an obelisk, and that's about the worst place for a bad guy to be. And they're in a little bit. Alarm bells are ringing.
Yeah, the Parliament. They've probably already alerted the Parliament. If I know these guys, they don't tend to fuck around. Like, you guys get your shit done. So that's reassuring to know. Cindy.
So basically, I went to my home place. Nim went to his home. For all we know, where Lottie went could have been her home.
Could have been.
But because
We
of her
don't know.
memory, she can't tell us for sure.
She is going to have to
If
find that out.
Sadie ends up going to her kingdom, that means that somehow, based on our race or something, we're going back home?
Would Cindy like to go through?
And test my theory?
I will go confirm and test this theory.
Okay, cool. I apologize in advance for what's about to happen.
Oh no.
Oh.
So as Cinny steps through the gate, she suddenly appears at the front gates, like the most beautiful ornate crystal gates that has ever been created. The entrance to the kingdom lies shattered in front of her as the obelisk basically stands right in front of her where the gate used to be. The kingdom, there doesn't seem to be any, like, there's no stray obelisks nearby. It's not like, not spouting out like within like inches of each other or anything like that. But your lovely shiny kingdom gates have been busted apart. And an beautiful, an ugly black obelisk has taken its place.
That is unfortunate.
Yeah.
I will. Since it is the entrance, probably by the walls, right?
By the what?
It's probably like, is it the entrance to the kingdom?
It's the entrance to the
or
kingdom.
Is it the
like,
entrance to?
That actually, that's
the
entirely up to
castle
you.
area,
I'll let
like-
you decide that. Where do you want it to be?
I think probably rather the entrance to the castle area.
Okay, it's at the entrance to the castle then.
All right. I will be hollering if any of the guards are nearby, or seeing if any of the guards are nearby.
Basically, one of your many guards recognizes you immediately, and they're Empress. This black obelisk just suddenly appeared out of nowhere. It's we've made sure to ensure that the citizens are keeping calm, and we will look into this and see where this came from. But this is unlike anything any of our records have. We've never seen a crystal that looks like this in history, like ever. It's not in our records anywhere.
Has anyone tried interacting with it?
Not yet. You have, apparently. Is last time we heard you were heading off to that backwater town in the middle of nowhere.
All right. Make sure that none of the citizens interact with this black obelisk.
Okay.
Good.
Yes.
And make sure that if any guards are still inside the castle, that they, get out well.
Yes, Your Majesty, will do.
Great. Gate off this area, make sure that nobody gets nearby this, and I will be going back.
It's very thorough. Good to know. She looks after her. She knows how to keep them in order. Make sure they do what they're told.
I mean, if it's a teleportation device, as we have encountered, we are not 100% sure that it can't, teleport some other ways than just home. So I just want to ensure
So this
that
is
people give their distance.
This is something that's going to require some special investigation. Owen is still in the corner, crying his eyes out. He's like, God damn it. Like, all his hard work has just been ruined. But it doesn't seem like anyone has actually been, like, physically hurt. It doesn't seem like harm has befell. Nobody was in the direct impact zone of the obelisk, as far as we can tell. So that's some small reassurance.
I think we need to figure out where we're going to go next, because obviously something is going on here. We have Skeleton Man, who is we know it's somewhere on this island, if he hasn't magically figured out how to go somewhere else.
I don't think those rocks are going to keep him there for too long.
No. Just enough to get away.
Might be heading here as we speak. Who knows?
And for all we know, he doesn't need to head here. He can just walk through.
Yeah.
I mean, they seem connected to him, so he
Jesus.
might not have the same limitations of just going home.
If I really
like
wanted to
we
fuck
do.
me, he would just walk through right now. But I won't do that, because that's where we're going to wrap things up in a few minutes. Obviously, the nearest place to here is the capital, and since the Paladin Order has been affected, I think we're going to go there next. But from this point onwards, you all can go anywhere in the continent that you want. There's going to be no restrictions. You can travel where you want, interact with any location that you want, find out what's happening, and you will have full freedom to explore and discover what is happening.
Honestly, we will probably have to test out what happens if you go together through. Is it gonna go to
That
the
was
home
my
who goes
idea.
first?
Yeah,
If
Was
you
like,
go
hold on
hand
to
in
me,
hand?
and I'll go
Thinking
first.
that too. I was like, if we tie the rope around two people and have them connected, and they both go through at the same time, will
Do you
the
want to do
rope
that
get-
now, or do you want to?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I want to take word. I'm gonna grab words. He's coming with me. Because if this ends up closing, I need to have my mission here. So I'll explain to you guys what I'm doing. Is we're gonna try to go through together.
Wait, are you
because it seems
dragging
like we
me
each-
through? Do I get
Yes.
any say in this?
You can say something.
Okay.
You're welcome
I
to say
feel
something.
like with everything you guys have done for me, I should actually trust you in this moment. As scary as it may be, I will do as you suggest.
I just my mission is to protect you. Is to protect you
Okay.
and that book. Well, at least in
Okay.
the book, but I extrapolated that to you as well.
Okay.
So let's go.
Am
let's
I
go
on
through this
the
first.
end of the rock, like behind you?
You are within arm's reach of me, so you'd be
Okay.
behind me right now, and I'm like, hey, words, grab onto my shoulder or something,
Okay.
and I'm gonna walk through here. We're gonna see if we can't take more than one person to go to a destination,
Okay.
because everybody else ended up at someplace different.
Yeah, I see what you mean. This is not a scenario I considered.
How could you not?
I mean,
The moment.
No,
I
I know how I'm going to get around it. It's just good job in like making me have to improvise. Okay, so yeah, that's the best part of. There was a few points back at the dungeon where I had to improvise too. Okay, we both walked through together within arm's length. Nim goes through, once again appears in the Paladin Order.
You were touching my shoulder. That's why I wanted to make sure there was contact.
Okay,
So that
by your
way-
shoulder. Okay,
Yeah, that way, like it's
okay.
one unit.
As you go through, there is no hand at the end of your shoulder.
Oh.
I walk through because my support that I was holding on to you is no longer there. I fall back out of the obelisk into Eredet and just fall flat on my face. So when I go through, I basically return back here in the town.
Huh.
Oh,
That's an interesting thought. I'm gonna come back.
yeah.
Through knowing that I'm like, okay, well that didn't work.
That didn't work.
Maybe it's book related. Maybe we need to test it one more time. What if I come with
But
you?
yeah,
Just-
but not the book on him.
Or not, or that.
It's entirely possible. But yeah, that's Words' thing. We gotta run that by Words and see what they
You're
want to
messing with some very powerful magic there. Can I just? I'm not going to say no, but just remember what happened to Skara, Brae.
Yeah, I would like to avoid another nuclear another magical cataclysm.
Yeah,
Why you gotta say something like that?
I just like. Oh, I thought I froze there for a second. It was actually just my face that froze, not the camera. Again, like I said, remember what happened to Skara, Brae. That sounds dangerous. I don't think we should fuck with stuff we don't understand.
Okay, so if magical transportation is out of the picture, because we can't all go
There
to the
is
same
transportation, but you can only go through yourself.
place. That's what I'm saying. Like we can't go together, and we need to, obviously we got to work this together.
But we may be able to get resources that we wouldn't otherwise.
That is
Like going to the different locations.
that
we
is
could
potentially possible.
reconvene.
The only problem is you would only be able to go by yourself.
Well, yes, but I mean, we could still reconvene.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's a matter of money, for example, we could probably pool it for someone who goes through and stuff like that. We can use this.
Gameplay
Even if we
wise,
can't go to
I feel like it would be
different places.
cheating to just let you use your endless riches. But I will allow you to take some money from the coffers. I'm gonna go God mode and say
I didn't indicate that. I didn't. I just said that we could go, to our
it's a
own places,
possibility.
get resources we might not otherwise. Maybe, for example, the Crystal Kingdom has crystals that are maybe a little more affordable than anywhere else.
That would
know?
probably be the best place to go.
To be fair,
That would probably be the best place to go for like temple supplies and jewel supplies, stone cutting, that kind of thing. I would definitely expect like a lot of that.
So, I mean, if you guys just tell me, for example, what you need, like, let's make a grocery list for everyone.
You guys can plan out the maths of that. That's going to be
Except maybe
complicated.
Lotties. Lotties might be a problem.
I don't contribute much.
Yeah, I was going to say. Oh, go ahead.
I am curious, though, that we go through the obelisk and we end up in our respective places. What if we go through a different obelisk? Instead of going back, like we come back through the one that we came through to begin with, we end up back in Eredet.
Yeah,
but like, what if we go through a different one? Like there was a obelisk at the
nearby.
Yeah,
everywhere in my kingdom for some reason.
That's the thing. They're all very like, this is a continent. We're talking like
like they're all
miles.
pretty far apart.
They were all.
The other thing I'm going to mention is we can't go together. So if we could end up making a problem of separation even worse.
Yeah.
True.
Like you could go to your town to like, if there's people you want to talk to there, like family you want to catch up with, yes. But if you wanted us to come along, we would have to travel to those destinations together.
That's not going to work.
It would work in the future.
Like I said, it would still work for, getting items that would otherwise not be possible if we just coordinate a little bit.
It would be useful for recon, but not for like... Because if you went there, you would then have to travel like 500 miles by yourself to maybe find an obelisk that is... this country does have mail, air mail. Letters can be sent places, but it does take like days. So information is not going to travel immediately. If obelisks have appeared, we're not going to know for a while yet. Because... even if there are
I
anymore.
saw the information traveled pretty quickly because of the airmail.
Say, I definitely want to.
It would take at least a week, but go ahead, Nim.
Yeah, I definitely want to. Sini, you have scholars and arcanists and alchemists and other people in your kingdom that you rule that probably are men and women of learning. That probably could give some type of understanding on this. I can head to the Paladin Order. We have access to all the royal and official archives and everything. And I think that they're going to expedite my request because
that is the closest place to us, by the way. So if we're going to go together, that's probably the first place we should head to.
And as the capital city, we do have there's a lot of resources there that we can the capital city humans. Avante.
Masty, I think he was sent back to the capital. Let Cindy can answer that for you. Masty has a question in the chat.
Oh, if Ken walks through, he would end up at the same place as I do.
Well, we don't actually know because he hasn't done it yet.
He was born there, just like Kevin. We've known since childhood.
Oh right, doesn't he have a broken leg right now?
Huh?
Doesn't he have a broken leg?
Kevin does have a broken leg.
It wouldn't be a neck.
Jeez, yeah, you probably shouldn't move with that on.
But Ken is fine.
Yeah, Ken is fine. Yeah, he can walk all he wants.
Yeah, and hey, this is actually a good way to get Kevin faster to home.
He's
probably at a hospital currently, but I mean, home is pretty far away, so I don't think.
I'll let you get Kevin back home. Nim, you can head through to the Paladin Order. I don't think either Teshi or Lottie want to go back through.
Mm-mm.
No.
I was gonna say, before I leave, plan. We should meet back. When are we meeting back?
Whenever the next show is.
No, but what I'm saying, like, I'm narratively trying to help.
A week.
A week.
Like,
Okay.
they'll give
So a
time
week-
for like information to travel, and I can contact some people.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So that being said, everybody be safe. Words, if you can, get a backpack and disguise that book as a backpack. That way, less people are like, "Oh, magical artifact."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put the book in the backpack. That's
Ah.
that's really smart. Probably why I didn't think of it. So, folks,
I'm gonna be gone for a week, and I'm not gonna sleep much
feel like
because
you're
I've been asked
I
to
feel
buy the.
I feel like I give Nim anxiety just by like,
But-
You do.
yeah.
The
You do.
council, and they're like, hey, listen, because here's the trick, guys. I'll let you know a little secret words. If I'm successful with this mission, I get to choose the next one. Do you know what my next mission is?
What?
Eradicating the crime around the wall.
Yeah, that's.
So I get to take out the thieves guild that are squeezing people. So I gotta save you, so I can make sure to save more people. So please, for everyone else, put it in a backpack.
Get a fucking backpack. The Never-Ending Quest Log is a talk show, podcast, and video series focused on discussing the latest RPG news and revisiting the classics with a bit of a tabletop RPG twist. You can catch us live over on Twitch, or you can check us out on YouTube and every major podcast platform. If you enjoy what we're creating here, please consider supporting us over on Ko-fi. You can find us on all these platforms just by searching for No Word Count or the Never-Ending Quest Log. Take care of yourselves. Stay beautiful.